Following broadcast of BigElkTV.com is presented by the Bank of Western Oklahoma, where people come first.
Oklahoma, Texas. Those names get the juice flowing on both sides of the Red River when football is involved. Tonight, the Elk City Elks try to carry the Oklahoma flag against the Joshua Owls, who've won their first 3 games for the first time in 21 years. Will it be the Okies or will it be the Texans that taste victory tonight? Let's find out. It's the Elk City Elks and Joshua Owls live from Bulldog Stadium in Burke-Burnett, Texas. It's time for Big Elk football. And good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football. Tonight, Red River showdown as the Elks cross the Red River into Burke-Burnett to meet the Joshua, Texas Owls. The Elks coming off a bye week after their first victory of the season down in Altus, 28-14 a couple of weeks ago. Joshua, on the other hand, has won 4 straight dating back to the last game of last season. They're 3-0 for the first time since 2003. And this is, I'm sure, an exciting year so far starting out for the Joshua Owls. Marin Kauk here in the Gas pregame show. Jared Atha up top. Jared, what a gorgeous venue that we have come to here in Burke-Burnett, Texas.
Yeah, you know, bye weeks are no fun. It seems like it's an eternity in football terms between the last game and your next game. But this was worth the wait. Come down here to Burke-Burnett, Texas, a place I've never been to personally. This venue here, just a couple years old, based on my research, and it's worth the wait again because we get to come on down here, pop some pads in a really, really nice place against a really good team out of the Fort Worth area, we think.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we saw this on the schedule, it seemed, a 1-9 team, and it turns out that maybe that's not what we've got. Our Chiropractic Coast sideline reporter is Denny Gino. If Coach Hunt will quit bothering him, maybe we can hear from Denny.
I know.
What's it like down there on the field on that turf?
Hey, it's pretty sticky down here. The sun's shining, right? You got a breeze blowing through here, but it's about 15 miles an hour. And I don't know, but I'm sweating to death right now already. So,
coming off a bye week, the Elks still not completely healthy. Obviously, Catch, and then also looks like Briggs is going to be out. But how much does that help? As far as just kind of getting your feet back underneath you after getting the season started with 2 games?
Well, I was going to say, I just talked to Briggs, and I was kind of asking what he's thinking. Just a FYI, he has now torn his other shoulder.
Oh.
The labrum in his other shoulder. So that's what I was kind of wondering about. But no, having 2 tough opponents early, and then walking into this game with another, this is going to be kind of the test of the 2. I think they're going to be well coached, great athletes, and have some size. But that's just going to prepare us for districts coming up. So I'm kind of excited. I'm sitting down here watching some of their kids run around and stuff. And I feel pretty good. I know they got 99 that's standing there. They're about 3 times the size of some of our kids. But I think our kids will come out and play hard.
Yeah, Jared, lastly, before we get into the interviews, that's the one thing that I think what we've seen, you and I, looking at the film, size is going to be one of the strengths for Joshua, especially on both lines.
Yeah, it's going to affect the game plan, I think, a little bit for the Big Elks on what they want to do based on that size they're going up against. So keep an eye on that. And maybe that's why we're seeing some success from Joshua. You know, we did our homework on them. They've struggled the last few years, but they're coming in this year a little bit on a roll and with a lot of momentum and a lot of confidence going up against a team from the rival state up north. So it's going to be really interesting how we can try to neutralize that size up front with what we got coming at them.
All right, we'll take our first break. We'll come back, continue on with the Gas pregame show. Appreciate the Williamson family at Gas. At Gas, it's all gas and no breaks. We'll have the Paul Joe's Drug interviews with Coach Maynard and also quarterback Logan Webb. Just about 30 minutes to go before the Elite Aesthetics kickoff. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football.
Are you looking for a bank that understands your needs and works as hard as you do? Welcome to Bank of Western Oklahoma, proudly serving our area since 1908, offering free checking with no monthly fees and convenient mobile banking. Whether you're in Cordell, Elk City, Woodward, or any of our 6 locations, we're always nearby. Bank of Western Oklahoma, where the Western Oklahoma spirit is alive and well. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
You love McDonald's world-famous fries, and now every fry you buy sends love to families in our community with ill or injured children. Penny for a Pound means your local McDonald's is donating 1 penny for every pound of fries sold, all to benefit local RMHC chapters. 116 million pounds of McDonald's world-famous fries have been sold, raising over $1.16 million for Ronald McDonald House Charities, Oklahoma City. Share your love of fries today, because every penny counts.
McDonald's in Weatherford, Clinton, and in Elk City, proudly owned and operated by the Phillips family. Paul Jones Drug offers a service that makes taking your daily medications safe and easy. It's called convenience packaging, meaning they can combine all your daily medications and put them in sealed, separate daily packages. This process replaces you from having to fill your daily medication dispenser. And as always, Paul Jones Drug prepares individual blister packaging for long-term care patients. With their drive-through window, curbside service, and free local delivery, it's just more reasons you should choose Paul Jones Drug, 809 North Main Street in Elk City.
I'm Rodney Skinner with Paul Jones Drug, and I promise we provide care you can trust.
Endurance Federal Credit Union supports Elk City schools, and now you can too with the Elk City Elks debit card. With every swipe, a percentage goes to help our schools. Stop by 105 Regional Drive next to Walmart in Elk City for all the details. You're just a swipe away from making a huge difference. Endurance Federal Credit Union is insured by NCUA and equal housing lender.
At GAS, we're committed to fostering the achievements of the next generation. Through the Elk City Public Schools extracurricular activities, we're nurturing talent and inspiring excellence. Our My Future benchmark testing program empowers students to reach new heights, unlocking their full potential and preparing them for a bright future. Join us in supporting our youth, because their future is our mission. GAS, powering the dreams of tomorrow, today.
Welcome back here at the GAS pregame show. Paul Jones Drug interview with head coach Zach Maynard. Coach, let's go back a couple of weeks. Altus early, hit a couple of big plays. They had like 175 rush yards in the first quarter. From there, you only surrendered like 50 the rest of the game. Talk about how proud you were of that defense, the adjustments you made, and just playing better those last 3 quarters against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, extremely proud of the defense, and obviously all of our coaches, and for the job that they did, and making the right adjustments at the right times, and putting people in putting kids in positions where they can be successful. Obviously. Really the theme of the season defensively for us the last 2 games, or the only 2 games we've played, has just really been the big play. You can go back to Canadian and go, hey, they had about 4 big plays that's what beat us, that's what broke our back, and essentially it's the same thing that happened in, the 2 times they score, Altus scores against us, we give up 2 or 3 big plays, and we've got to fix that. We've got to get that, those explosive plays have to come down, but overall, from an adjustment point, from kids being successful with the adjustments, really pretty happy with that.
Offensively, you talked about going into that game, having to be physical, having to be able to run the football. That's exactly what happened. 52 carries for almost 300 yards rushing. Mm-hmm. Tucker Garza, a big part of that. But that young offensive line, it feels like we've just seen them grow and grow so far. What's your assessment on how they've done?
Yeah, no, they just continue to get better, and really, they're hard hat guys. They're the working class of our football team, and they show up every day, and they really don't complain, they don't gripe, and they get under the chutes, they push the sled. It's been really great to see them work, and obviously if you work hard, you got a chance, and I think we'll just continue to see them get better and better as the year goes on, especially if we can get healthy and stay healthy.
This will be a different challenge when you watch Joshua 5 and 99 jump off the page, just huge guys at the defensive tackle spot. Talk about the defense that you're going to see from the Owls tonight, and how you want to attack them.
Yeah, I think you'll see a 4-2-5. You'll see them play, number 22 to the field a lot as kind of the outside linebacker, overhang type player. They're going to play 4 deep, a 4-shell safety look, and they may rotate and blitz a little bit here and there, especially in second and third and longs, which hopefully we don't put ourselves in and we don't end up in those situations. But yeah, those 2 inside guys, they really jump off the page when you first put on the film, and you go, oh crap, what are we doing? And why we put ourselves in this game? But the more you look at it, the more you watch it, there's obviously places that we can attack them. It's going to be a great matchup for us. I think it's something that we really learn and grow from no matter the outcome. However, do feel like it's a game that we have a really good chance of winning it if we show up, we put our best foot forward and get after it.
Have you noticed any extra juice from your guys? I mean, it's almost like a bowl game type of thing, just meeting at a neutral side, or maybe you play out a semifinal where you're meeting at a neutral side against somebody kind of traveling the same sort of distance. Notice any more juice in practice about this matchup?
Oh, I don't know. I think honestly, you had Logan in here just a little bit ago, and I think that those guys are really looking forward to district play. Honestly, they're ready to get in the district, and you guys know how my mentality is. These 3 games are just to get better, and so I think our kids even know that and understand that. However, like we said yesterday at practice, if we're going to come out here and we're going to play Monopoly, we're going to win. If we're going to play Tiddlywinks, I'm going to win. And so that's our mentality. We're going to put our best foot forward and have a chance to win. But as far as intensity, and I don't think that's changed. I think it's been the same since week 1. Obviously Canadian was that way. There's a lot of intensity for Canadian, a lot of intensity for Altus. I think our kids just are starting to figure out how important practice is and the manner in which we practice.
To that point, one last chance to get better in the game situation. What is something that you want to see your guys excel at this week in this game against Joshua to make you feel more comfortable heading into Cache next week to open up the district?
Well, obviously, every week I want to be physical. We got to be extremely physical, especially with 2 guys up front like they have. However, I would like to see our screen game really kind of take off a little bit this week and be better than it's been. Just so that when we get into district play and we get into these games later in the season, people can't load the box on us and really get exactly what we want, which is people having to cover from sideline to sideline, and whether that be the run game or screen game or the vertical passing game or play action game. We really would just like to see the screen game really just be a little better than it's been.
All right, Coach. Good luck tonight. Thank you for your time. It's head coach Zach Maynard. His Paul Jones Drug interview. We'll be back to wrap up the Gas pregame show with Logan Webb. It's the Big Elks in Joshua, Texas. It's Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football.
After renting a duplex for a couple of years, my wife and I were beyond excited to take our baby and move into our own home. Almost a decade later, we had 2 more kids, and we were beyond excited again to move our family of 5 into a bigger home. Finding a place is difficult. So is selling what you've got when it's time to move on. It's the kind of thing you need to leave to the pros. Nobody's better than RE/MAX All-American Realty in Elk City. Take a look at their Facebook page. These decisions are too important to go it alone.
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace, because at Ace, the perfect grill comes with free assembly, delivery, and fuel, like the Weber Gas Grill, Big Green Egg Charcoal Grill, Traeger Wood Pellet Grill, and Blackstone Gas Griddle. You won't find all these premium brands and service at a warehouse store, only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Owners George and Jim Bob Browning invite you to visit the locally owned Ace Home Centers nearest you, or shop online at elksupply.com.
Great people give customers a great experience. Our master technicians have the best training there is in auto repair. We have more master techs than any dealership in the area. The transport team is happy to come get your vehicle, have it serviced, and bring it back to you for a no-hassle oil change. The finance department and sales team make it easy for you to buy the vehicle you want, and the office staff does the admin work necessary to take care of our customers. These great people are the Barbadice difference.
At Culver Electric, we provide top-tier electrical services, ensuring your home and business are powered with excellence. From routine maintenance to full-service installations, our expert team ensures your electrical systems operate seamlessly. We are your trusted Generac and Kohler dealer, offering installations that guarantee reliability when you need it most. Contact us today to experience the Culver Electric difference.
Who can solve this equation?
Ooh! Me.
Anyone else? Fine. Jake from State Farm. Again.
All right. It's the personal price plan theorem. If you bundle your home and auto, that can equal an affordable price just for you. Bundling. Just another way to save with the personal price plan.
Call State Farm agent Daniel Garbarino in Elk City today.
Circle A Westernwear is proud to be the official sideline camera sponsor of Big Elk TV. For over 40 years, we have been serving Western Oklahoma with the best in boots, hats, and workwear. And now we're standing tall with our hometown team. Whether you're in the stands or on the ranch, Circle A has everything you need to stay tough, look sharp, and keep winning. Visit us at Circle A in Elk City or shop online for all your Westernwear needs. Circle A, where tradition meets toughness. Let's go Big Elks.
Welcome back to Big Elk TV, also Cool 94. Jared Atha with you here, getting ready for the big game on the road. Elk City Elks taking on the Joshua Owls tonight. Another long road trip for the Big Elks after a couple weeks off last week or 2 weeks ago, going down the Altus. Now heading back south again to take on a pretty formidable opponent. This week in Joshua. With me right here is Logan Webb, quarterback for the Big Elks, who's had a fantastic start to the season in the 2 games played already. And Logan, we'll start right there. 2 games in, seems like you're throwing the ball a little bit more this year. Do you like that as a quarterback?
A lot more, yeah.
What did you think about in the offseason when it was pretty apparent that was going to be the game plan this year? Is you're going to get to use your arm a little bit more this year?
I was pretty excited. You know, I put a lot of training and work into it, so glad I'm getting to put it to use and help our team.
What kind of training did you do?
Some QB Impact up in the city. It's like private training and professional training.
So you took personal time to go get some work done?
Yes, sir.
How about 7-on-7 stuff? Do stuff like that with you?
Our team did 7-on-7 this summer. That was really good, helpful. Learn our pass plays and kind of fill out the team.
Did that allow you to get some more rapport with your guys and get more in sync with your guys now that you're throwing it more?
Yes, sir.
All right. Who are those guys you like throwing it to? I know, obviously there's Bowie, who's been a guy that's been catching the ball his entire career. But who else has stood out to you?
Jeremiah Jackson stepped up a lot, I think. And so Josie can catch. He's pretty good. Nate Miller, he can catch some out of the backfield too. Tucker Garza has had a couple big plays.
Yep.
So.
It must be nice to have a bunch. I mean, you mentioned a lot of guys, when we say their name, I call them hold your breath guys. When they get the ball in their hands in space, hold your breath, they could go. How nice is that for you to go, man, I got all these options out here?
It's nice to have some playmakers that can make plays for me.
How about your legs? You like using your legs when you have to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the fastest, but I feel like I can get what I can get.
Talk about the previous 2 games before we talk about Joshua. Obviously, Canadian, Texas, always a tough team. Yeah. You came out, you really impressed with your arm in that one. Kind of showed everybody, I can whip it around the yard. And then didn't have to a lot against Altus, but based on necessity. But when you had to, you made some good plays. Talk about those previous 2 games that you threw in.
So Altus, we kind of come out. Offense, we scored on that first drive, and then we kind of stuttered a little bit. Had a couple of things not go our way, but other than that, I thought our running backs helped us a lot. Tucker Garza had a huge game, and whenever your running backs can do that, it just opens up the pass game and makes everything else easier.
I want to focus in on Tucker particularly. You said he had a big game. He probably could have won every award, maybe a dozen more if we had him.
Yeah.
When you see that happen, go, this guy's got rhythm. He's got it figured out. Are you looking for him, or are you just going whatever the play design is?
Yeah, just feed him and let him go to work. That's what we did.
Awesome. Hey, this week down in not in Joshua, but in Burke Burnett. Thank goodness not going to Joshua, Texas. It's like a 6-hour drive, but just going to Burke Burnett, about 2.5-hour drive. So, what have you seen about the Owls? How do you prep for them, especially going up against their defense? They look like they got some size.
Yeah, they're big. They're really big up front. Probably one of the biggest team we'll play up front wise. Their DBs aren't great. They bail a lot, so the quick pass game will be there, and hopefully we get our athletes the ball out in space.
You talk about the size up front, and this a question coming into this year was the offensive line, which I think they have grown nicely in these first 2 games. How much trust do you have in them to keep you up?
I trust them 100%. I mean, we're going to have some mistakes. It's just a game of football.
Sure.
And with our starting center being out, Briggs, Adrian stepped in big time, and I think he'll have a good game. As long as we can just get our athletes the ball out in space, I think we'll be all right.
All right, Logan, last thing. Give a shout out to anybody you want to.
I want to shout out Reese Burton.
Like it. All right, Logan Webb, go get him. Stay healthy.
All right, coming up, we got a lot more pregame for you. It is the Paul Jones Drug interview. Thanks to Gas sponsoring our pregame show. You're watching Big Elk TV. You're listening to Cool 94.
If you don't have motor oils or filters, your equipment's not going to run. If you got something broke, you need a bolt for it. You got to have that stuff. You got to have your greases to keep everything running good. Camrock is the name of the company. We've got what you need for your agriculture or oil field industry, whatever you need.
Your farmer need a hose built. You can come in, we'll build it. Oil field customer will come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. American Hose and Supply in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
It's 2111 South Main, Elk City.
Are headaches, migraines, or dizziness interrupting your life?
Are you an expectant mother or have young children in need of specialized care?
At the Chiropractic Co., we have solutions for you. I'm Dr. Brooks, and I specialize in upper cervical care to treat whiplash, post-concussive syndromes, and complex neurological conditions.
And I'm Dr. Michaela, and I offer gentle, effective care for babies, mamas, and young kids. Come find relief and support for your whole family at the Chiropractic Co.
Just call us today at 580-339-8078 or visit thechiropractic.co.
Hi, I'm Shannon Bowie, RN. My husband, John Bowie, and I are the owners of Elite Aesthetics. Do you have stubborn age spots, sun damage, unwanted hair growth? We can treat these using our Cyton laser, performing the halo treatment, broadband light treatment, laser hair removal treatment. We also offer Botox and Dysport injections to soften fine lines. Want to target your pores and brighten your skin? Try our Diamond Peel Microdermabrasion procedure. We also carry the Obagi skincare line and the Elta MD products. Call us today for your free consultation and let us help you age gracefully. Find us on Facebook.
Protect your family by safely storing all your medications. For information on the dangers of drug use, visit samhsa.gov. Order a free naloxone kit or fentanyl test strips at okimready.org. This program is funded by Oklahoma Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, the Center for Substance Abuse Prevention, Southwestern Oklahoma Development Authority, and the Beckham County Drug Prevention Coalition.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about. For decades, Western Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Western Tech.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium, Burke Burnett, Texas. Oklahoma versus Texas tonight as the Elk City Elks 1-1 on the season. We'll meet up with the Joshua, Texas Owls. Joshua, Texas 3-0 on the early season. 3-0 for the first time since 2003. They got a 21-20 win in Game 1 over Springtown. They beat Irving MacArthur 28-0. And then last week, Greenville, Texas went down to the Owls 42-10. It's actually a 4-game winning streak if you go back to the last game of last year. Joshua has turned it around 1-9 a year ago, but as I mentioned, won the last game and now 3 straight wins here as we head into the game tonight. It's an interesting, I'm sure people are fired up around Joshua right now because it's a program that hasn't necessarily had much success on the football field. They have not made the playoffs, and I understand the state of Texas, it's a different thing, but they haven't made the playoffs since 1996. Only 3 playoff appearances in their school's history. So I'm sure it's a fired-up group at Joshua with the way this season has started. Fellas, let's go with the Camrock key to the game. I'll start with you, Jared. What's your Camrock key to the game tonight for the Elk City Elks?
Well, there's a lot of hoopla in this game as far as you're going to a neutral site. It's Oklahoma versus Texas. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, maybe longer on a bus. And so there's a lot involved. So don't get caught up in that. Play your game and understand what's worked for you so far. Keep that going. And I would say establish a run game. And that's worked in the past for the Big Elks. It worked a couple weeks ago against Altus. And I think it's going to work tonight, too. So establish the run game early and often for the Big Elks. How about you?
All right, Chiropractic Co-sideline reporter is Denny Gino. Denny, what is your key to the game from camera?
Skinny, I want to say, man, this is, you said it a while ago, it kind of feels like a little playoff action because it's something completely new and you haven't been here before. You know what I mean? So it's pretty neat. I would say we have to find our identity, offensively wise, defensively wise. I think we kind of know where we're at, but offensively wise, are we gonna come out and throw the ball around half, 50-50? We're gonna run the ball 90-80 or 90-20, 90-10, whatever the math is that I'm trying to figure out here and do. But we've got to start getting ready for districts, and we have to figure out, hey, this is what's gonna, if it's fourth and 2 and we need something, all right, this is our bread and butter. And so I would say find our identity, our true identity.
I'm going to go with come out of this thing healthy. It is the last non-district game. Yes, it counts as a win or a loss. There's no doubt about that. But for me, with the way that this season has started, I'm going to say if we can come out of this game, be competitive, win or lose, just come out of this thing healthy. That way, when the games really start to count next Friday night at home against Cache, we have as much or as close to a full complement of players as we can see in the brown and white. Now, I appreciate Cam Rock, our man Roddy Red, Brock Kalk, and Casey Miller keeping your engines running. And I'm going to tell you something, boys. Yesterday at the Presidio Golf Tournament, that old Ronnie Red had his putter going. And I just kind of spurred him along. Just keep it going. Keep it running. And, of course, he did. And Sean Wilson went down to defeat. So that's the way that went yesterday. You ready to do the Sonic starting lineup?
You're taking a shot at Sean every opportunity you can today. You did this morning on the show. And
well, listen.
How much money was?
Let's see. What do you call it? If you mess with the bull, you get the horns?
You're goring him at this point, man.
Just like yesterday. Goring him to death.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's look at their Sonic. Sorry. Do you know what the coin toss was, Denny? The SWOTA coin toss results?
I do.
What were they?
We won and deferred.
Okay. So we'll start out with the Sonic starting lineup. Thank you to Linda and DJ Leal at Sonic. This is how you Sonic. So that means the Big Oaks defense will hit the field first. We'll start with that 3-4 defense. Tucker McQuistion will be one of the defensive ends, wearing number 55, 6'2", 225. He's a junior. Fabian Armendariz is the nose tackle, 5'9", 253, wearing number 75. He's a senior. And then Kai Brott, another defensive end, 6'2", 204. He's a junior, wearing 22. Outside linebacker on one side will be 5'11", 194 junior Tucker Garza, wearing number 1. Got Colin Church, 6', 216, a senior, wearing number 5, will be one of the middle linebackers. Jaden Wynn, 5'9", 191, a senior, wearing 21, will be the other. And then Easton Sloan got the start last week at the other outside linebacker, 6', 163, wearing number 4. Easton is a senior. In the back end, cornerback, 5'10", 138, a senior, number 6, Slade Josie. One of the safeties, 5'8", 150, a senior, number 3, Cole Bowie. The other safety, 6', 170, a freshman, is number 13, Graham Eastham. And the other corner, 6'1", 162, a junior, wearing number 2, Jeremiah Jackson. So that's the Sonic starting lineup for the Big Elks defense. On the offensive side, there's going to be a change on the line of scrimmage. As Denny mentioned earlier during this Gas pregame show, Briggs Robertson out. So it'll be 6', 307, a junior, number 79, Adrian Acosta at the center position. The guards, 6', 243, number 68, Cotton Sean, a senior. Another senior, 71, 5'11", 212 is Kason Cobb. And the right tackle, 6'3", 278, a junior, number 64, Aiden Muse. The left tackle, 6'2", 225, a junior, number 55, Tugger McQuistion. Quarterback for the Elks, 6'1", 187, a senior, Logan Webb, wearing number 14. He's hit on 67% of his passes for 340 so far this year. 2 touchdowns. He has thrown 3 picks. Jaden Wynn will see some time at the running back, 5'9", 191, a senior, wearing number 21. You'll also see Nate Miller in the backfield as the 5'10", 222 sophomore fullback, wearing number 25. Tucker Garza will get some time running the football, 5'11", 194, a junior, number 1. Receivers, Cole Bowie, 5'8", 150, wearing number 3, a senior. Slade Josie, 5'10", 138, a senior. Easton Sloan, and also Jeremiah Jackson. And then the tight ends, Colin Church, 6', 216, a senior, wearing number 5. That is your Sonic starting lineup for the Elk City Elks, as both teams' captains have hit the center of the field. We do know the results, so this is just kind of, what would you call this, window dressing for the crowd?
Yeah, they're doing it for show.
Formal. I don't know.
Is that something that Texas does?
You know, golly, it seems like that might have happened to Pampa a time or two when we were out there.
There's so many things, Texas rules, that you don't think about it until you come over here and you're like, I wonder if that's different in their rules. But
Yeah, I know that all the clock rules will be what you see on Saturdays, as Texas basically has the exact same rules as what you see in college. The captains for Joshua, Eli Martinez is number 1. Big number 5 is Marquise Wilson. Number 58, Noah Newman. And number 22 is Maddox Caffey. For the Elks, Wynn, Sloan, High. And then, what was that next? Was it 23?
Yeah, it's
Luna.
Yep.
Braulio Luna.
Braulio.
So at midcourt,
It's a struggle.
Midcourt. What am I doing? Midfield. Is it more of a hey guys, this is let's meet our captains. I'm going to talk to you. They've already flipped the coin.
Well, they're going to flip it again. The official said if he gets it exactly right, he's going to go buy a lottery ticket. He said it's never happened before for him. I just don't know what end will be. Oh, looks like we'll have our.
Looks like we'll know.
Back to the wind.
Yeah, so
this number 5, I think they probably could have found a bigger jersey, maybe. I don't know, or maybe that's a 2XL and it just looks really small because it's pretty tight.
He's a big dude.
He is very large.
We'll see him on the defensive side. Want to take the stop for station ID and then come back. We'll have the Elite Aesthetics kickoff and remind you the results of the SWOTA coin toss. Big Elk football presented by the Bank of Western Oklahoma.
You're listening to Big Elk Sports on 94.3 KXOO Elk City. Cool 94.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium in Burke Burnett, Texas, as the Joshua Owls 3-0 on the season flow onto the field, southwest corner of the end zone, out of the big star owl is what they call the logo on the helmet. You don't see very many owls, and we're going to see owls in 2 out of the next 3 games, not only here in Joshua, but also against Elgin. The Elks have flags in tow, about to burst out of the helmet on the southeast side of the stadium. The Elk City fans that have traveled have made their way right into the center of the field where the shade is for right now. Here we go. Graham Eastham brings the Elks on the field. Freddie and also Kason Cobb. The Elks in their brown over brown home unis with a couple of white piping stripes down the side of the pants. White helmet with the EC interlocking logo in brown and that brown stripe vertically from front to back. Joshua white over white with blue stripes.
Did we ever figure out why we were in brown?
No.
No. I was kind of down there testing some equipment. I was asking the same question. Never heard why.
Looks like we're going to pause for the national anthem right now. Was the Joshua Band with the rendition of the national anthem. Is just about ready for the Elite Aesthetics kickoff. Appreciate Dr. John Bowie, Shannon Bowie, RN. Elite Aesthetics, bringing your inner beauty out.
Talking about John Bowie, him and I were really struggling down there with the inflatable blow up. So, Russell Burton, if you're at home, we were missing you a little bit. But on a serious note, Reese Burton did have his surgery yesterday for his knee, his ACL to and I want him to know that there's a lot of people over here on this sideline. I'm sure all through Elk City that's thinking about him.
Yeah, I actually wondered if that didn't happen this week since I didn't see him down there in his street clothes and his jersey. I was wondering, crossed my mind earlier when I didn't see big number 7 down there hanging out with the boys.
It's amazing you take one kid off the sideline like that, just being here and just talking and just, grabbing a hold of people and telling them, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, hey, come on, keep your head up. It makes a huge part, and you can kind of see it a little bit right now. So I'm hoping that changes a little bit.
Maybe a win one for the Gipper attitude can be established. Go get it for Reese.
The Elks will kick off right to left on your radio dial, south to north here at Burke Burnett. The far hash, Luna has it teed up. All the officials are making their way to their designated spots. You're going to have to move one of the there's 60 cheerleaders on the Joshua side that we counted.
Wow.
A couple of them are a little bit too close to the field. Braulio high, angled, taken by Tavon Wilson. He fumbles it on the ground. Ball still loose. Who's got it? A pile up there. It looks like Wilson maintained possession for Joshua. He did as Eastham and Garrett are right there. So at the 30-yard line is where the Joshua Owls will take over 1st and 10, first possession of the game. Glad to have you along here on BigElkTV.com and also listen on the radio on Cool 94. If you have any doubts what Joshua's going to do, it's going to be run the football. They average over 300-yard rushing per game in the first 3. They've thrown it 4 times in 3 games, completed 1 of those. So I'm sure it'll be a steady diet of Salas, Beltran, Martinez, and Payne. Wingback set. In motion comes Martinez. Handoff up the middle. Salas has got a nice carry near the first down marker. I think he needed 10 and got exactly 10 yards. Kai Brott with the tackle, but 1 play and a 10-yard gain and a first down for the Owls.
Yeah, we're going to get a heavy dose of that. Big Oak's going to have to adjust to it and get off those blocks quick.
These guys, some of these young pups down here haven't seen this offense before when Altus used to run it to us or whenever we were running it in high school, and so it's fast.
1st and 10, Joshua at their own 40, working left to right. Snap, handoff up the middle, Salas, pushing the pile forward, still going as he's wrapped up by a herd of Elks, but not before another 8-yard gain there by Salas, getting up off the pile. You got Garza and also Jeremiah Jackson coming in from his cornerback spot to make the tackle. 2nd and 2 for the Owls as they get themselves up near the line of scrimmage. Right tackle is Noah Newman. Benji Schneck is the right guard. Roger Cruz the center. Bolden Folks the left guard. Aiden Figueroa the left tackle. 2nd and 2. Back to pass here is going to be Beltran. He's going to be chased, rolling right, still looking for some room to run. Garza's got him, slings him out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Offensive coordinators a lot of times try to outthink themselves.
Got it.
You run and you 10 yards, and then you want to drop back and pass. So
looks like Cody Rogers is the player down at the Elk City 45. Cody, a senior receiver for Joshua. It was clear on the other side of the play. I have no idea what happened. As he's being checked on by the medical staff. We got our first Western Technology Center timeout. This one courtesy of the official variety. Thank you to Kathy Corning, Sarah Hirschman at Western Technology Centers, educating people for success. Campuses in Burns Flat, Hobart, Sayre, Weatherford, and Elk City.
I think it's worth noting, if those are wondering, this is a neutral site game. We are the visitors despite wearing the home uniforms, and we are playing under Texas high school football rules.
Rogers a little gimpy on that left leg. So he's able to get off under his own power. So hopefully that will be something that he'll be able to just kind of walk off and get back out there. He's replaced in the lineup by Lucas Lyles. Lyles splits way out to the left. Aaron Martinez, almost a tight end, but he's standing up there on the left side of the formation. 3rd and 2, Joshua at their own 48. Clock stopped with 10:53 to play in the first quarter. No score between Elk City and Joshua. Beltran under center. Sends a man in motion. Handoff to Salas. Salas is stacked up short of the line to gain. A nice job by the interior there. Fabian Armendariz with first contact. It's a gain of 1 for Salas, but it's 4th down and 1 for the Owls.
With that right there, they have the guy that you said was kind of a tight end. They have to cover him up to get enough guys on the scrimmage, so he's not a pass threat unless it's behind the line of scrimmage.
So 4th and 1, Joshua at their own 49. They're going to go. Beltran under center. Takes a snap. Handoff to Salas. Salas is going to bounce it to the outside. Was stacked up near the yard to gain, but he backs into the Big Elk territory for 2 extra yards. They needed 1 and got 3, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Owls.
I think that second effort almost got, like you said, backing into it.
Looked like a false start on the right side. Jump before the ball was snapped.
Yeah, that's something that I saw a lot.
Maybe that's just maybe you get a head start sometimes.
Cash Kreiner checks in as one of the wingbacks along with Payne, and that sends Salas to the sideline. And Eli Martinez, leading rusher for Joshua, hadn't seen him have a carry just yet. 1st and 10 Owls at the Big Elk 48. 9:51 to play in the first quarter. No score. Beltran, he's going to hand it off to Martinez. Nope, he kept it on the option left. He's got some room to run. Going to be drugged down from behind by Jaden Wynn. Good ball handling that time for Cesar Beltran. Gain of 9 on 1st down.
Hobbling around now. Kind of got him.
2nd down and 1 for the Joshua Owls. They moved it from their own 30 to the Big Elk 39 here, the first possession of the game. They've bled nearly 3 minutes off this first quarter clock.
I had a feeling that clock wasn't going to stop very much.
No, when you're watching film on them, the games go by pretty fast.
2nd and 1 for the Owls. Beltran under center. Wingback formation. In motion comes Kreiner. They're going to pitch it to Kreiner on the right side. He makes a move. Wynn's got him wrapped up right near the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say no gain. Brings up 3rd and short.
They jumped again. Like we talked before we came to the game, literally there's false start, and they've done that twice. So maybe that's not a sign of emphasis here in Texas. I don't know.
Arthur.
Maybe the officials saw some film on them, too. Just get ready. We'd be here all night if we call it.
Arthur Knutson checks in as a tight end left. 3rd down and 1 for the Joshua Owls at the Big Elk 39. Beltran turns, hands it off to Martinez. Eli's got a 1st down at the 35, splits through a hole to 30, 25 to the 20, chased by Harrell. He's going to step out of the tackle at the 5, into the end zone. 39-yard touchdown run by Eli Martinez on his first carry of the night. 9th touchdown of the season for the Joshua senior. And the Owls march at 70 yards in 3 minutes and 38 seconds and take a 6-0 lead with the extra point pending from Nick Smith. The holder will be Tullis. Good snap, hold down, kick up. Smith looked like he tucked it inside the left upright, and he did. The Endurance Federal Credit Union extra point is good, and the Joshua Owls take a 7-0 lead over the Elk City Elks. First possession here in Burke Burnett, and as you can see there, as Coach Maynard is gathering the defense at the far side 20, maybe a little motivational speech going on there, Jared.
Yeah, opening drive, and sometimes they can get you like that, and now it's up to the offense, for one, to respond, and two, for the defense. For one, you got to hope the offense stays on the field just as long as their offense did to get your defense some breathers. But you got to hope that there's going to be some adjustments made to that running attack that the Owls just presented. Denny, how, as a team, do you prepare for an offense like this going into it?
You can't prepare for the speed and the power that they're bringing right now. You just can't. You're talking about a 3-0 5A Texas team that's going to run at you and with the strength, and you're asking your JV, your scout team, to imitate that. So we've just got to get caught up with the speed of the game, the strength, and how the ball moves, because right now that's what's getting us right now.
We'll be looking for a McDonald's player of the game at the end of this one. Appreciate the Phillips family. McDonald's of Clinton, Weatherford, and Elk City. McDonald's, I'm loving it. Of course, that Barber Dyson Ford tough hit of the game. Bruce Barber, David, and Corbin Dyson. Experience the Barber Dyson difference, 30 years worth of that. And then, of course, the Culver Electric electrifying play of the game. Brandon and Jill Culver at Culver Electric, celebrating 20 years of service all across western Oklahoma. Smith to kick into the breeze. It's a high, short, directed onside kick. Talaferro fell down. Ball's on the ground. The Elks got it. Nice awareness there. Was it Seahigh 9 that snuck in there? Yeah, it was Colton Seahigh.
It wasn't Talifero.
Talifero was the one that tried to slip.
Yeah, he slipped trying to make a fair catch signal.
Somebody's got to tell him how to take a fair catch because
he does it with two arms.
Still not doing it correctly.
Yeah. So disaster averted for the Elks. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line, trailing on the Ace Home Center scoreboard 7-0. So Joshua Owls marched it 70 yards in their first drive, capped off by a 39-yard Eli Martinez touchdown run.
For the ones at home, if they're on the field offensively, they will not be on the field defensively, which vice versa, because they only run an O and they only run a D.
Shotgun formation, snap, handoff up the middle. Garza picks his way across the 40-yard, right to the 40-yard line. Eric Martinez, middle linebacker, makes the tackle for the Owls. A gain of 3 on first down for Tucker Garza. He's coming off a huge game down in Altus a couple weeks ago, 164 yards rushing with a couple of touchdowns. He had an interception. He was all over the field that night down in Altus.
Good job, Webb, handling that snap. It was down at his feet, able to get it and get it up into Garza's belly as quick as he could.
Josie and Jeremiah split near side. Now Jeremiah is going to be in the slot right. Cole Bowie on the numbers on the right. Shotgun snap back to Webb. He's rolling right. Looks, fires wide open. Bowie makes the catch, slips a tackle, and I think he's going to have enough for the first down. As he does, a 7-yard completion from Webb to Bowie right at the sticks, and it's a first RE/MAX All-American Realty first down of the night for the Elk City Elks. Mike and Tammy Stout at RE/MAX, helping everyone find a home.
I think we kind of talked about that on the way here, that Bowie might have himself a good day today.
Well, I wanted to see that formation right there. We're rolling out and getting the ball to him, getting out behind the pocket and get him underneath that cover 4.
Trips left. Shotgun snap, handoff to Garza. He picks his way up the middle, pushes through a hole in midfield, makes a cut at the 45, tripped up there as he stumbles forward for 12. But another RE/MAX All-American Realty first down. McManus made the saving tackle there from his defensive end spot.
Yeah, there we go, establishing that run game, and he's been the hot Big Elk. Well, he was at Altus, obviously. Oh, it's a shame we didn't get to play last week. I would love to see that rhythm continue. So we get him established early in this game. It's going to be another nice night for Garza and the Big Elks.
Trips left. Shotgun formation. Webb's got it. Same play, hand off to Garza. He stutter steps, and now he's going to be drugged down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. Marquez Wilson and also Eric Martinez making the tackle there for the Owls. Brings up a second down at 10 for the Elks.
Some of the kids had gone around and looked at the stats on some of these kids, and 6'6". It's big bull.
Second down, call it 11. 2 receivers right. Now tight end flips to the right is Church. Snap, handoff Garza. Makes one man miss and drugged down, though, by Martinez. As Eric Martinez has gotten to know Tucker Garza early and often here. Stumbled back near the line of scrimmage, but 3rd and long here for the Elks. First possession of offense, trailing 7-0 to Joshua as the clock ticks down near the halfway point of a fast-moving first quarter at Burke Burnett.
They just took out number 5 for prevent defense.
Jackson Wells will check in, expecting pass here. 3rd down and 11 for the Elks at the Joshua 42. Webb in the shotgun. Snap back. Flips it quickly out to Josie. Josie makes a cut at the 40. Tries to slip it to the outside. Tackle, though, there. As a nice job coming up from his safety spot on the defensive side for Joshua. That's Peyton Noble on the tackle. It's a gain of about 5, and that'll bring up 4th down and maybe 6 for the Elks.
I kind of wonder if we got a kind of a quick kick here. You don't want to give them this good a field position with the way they just moved the ball. But
looks like the Elks are going to go for it. 4th and 6 at the Joshua 37. Double 2-back set. Snap back. Faked handoff. Rolling right is Webb. Cuts inside. Looking for somebody to come open. Fires it over the middle. Incomplete. Flag down. But I'm sure that's going to be a hold on the Elks. And the Elks will turn it over on downs.
The Elks having some trouble up front. That was a thing we're looking for, is that size.
Pretty good size right now, but I will say, yeah, 99 going to go out for the prevent. They paper, rock, scissors to see who'd go out.
Holding on the defense is the call. So that's an automatic first down for the Elk City Elks.
Fortunate I didn't see it. You just felt like the way that he was being evaded or have to evade the rush there, that the hold was inevitable.
I think it was they play action kind of faked it to Cole, and they threw him down in the backfield as he was trying to sneak out into the flat.
I didn't get it on the State Farm replay.
Appreciate Daniel Garbarino, State Farm agent in Elk City. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Shout out to Coop. He's watching from over in Arkansas. 1st and 10 Elks. Just inside the 30, hand off to Garza, cuts it up inside, 25, runs a man over at the 25 down to the 22, maybe the 23. Flag flies again. It's the second play in a row where we've had an Anadarko Dozer flag on the play.
Well, we have one. Okay, they must have saw the same thing. I saw 2 flags. I was hoping for something offsetting.
Illegal formation is the call.
We're moving, I think it would.
Do what?
I was just saying, good thing we false start because that would have been okay.
So back the Elks up 5. 1st and 15 at the Joshua 32. 5:04 left on the first quarter clock. The Elks trail 7-0. Joshua had it once. It scored the Elks' first possession here of offense. Snap back, handoff to Garza. He's going to be drugged down by behind. The freshman there making the play into the game for the first time is going to be Jalen Wilson, big number 44. No gain on the carry for Garza.
Looks like they pulled that.
We're going to have to move this.
Say he was a freshman.
Yep.
44, yeah, freshman. 2nd down and 15, rolling right as well. Throws a long pass down to none of the Elks. Bowie stopped the route, and it's going to be intercepted at the 3-yard line by Peyton Noble.
Not sure why he stopped running or just miscommunication between quarterback and wide receiver. Blitz was picked up nicely in the backfield, gave Logan time to throw it, just threw the wrong colored jersey.
Pretty good catch over there by Noble on the sideline to keep his feet in bounds.
I think Bowie thought that he was just throwing it out of bounds because it was so far over his head.
They've got some sort of trash can. What was that? Did you see it?
It's like a takeover.
Oh, he dunked it. He dunked the interception.
Or whatever, you know.
So the Elks turn it over on the pick, but it's terrible field position. That's the one good news here about that play is Joshua takes over 1st and 10 at their own 3.
I will say, whenever watching film, they did like to option down here out of the end zone. I thought that's pretty gutsy.
Kreiner in motion, snap, handoff up the middle. The guy, well, they're trying to wrap up Martinez. Martinez crosses the 10. The Elks trying to drag it out of his hands.
And you can hear on our sideline, Mike, Coach Maynard is not happy with something. Saying not enough guys on the line?
Well, they had two slots, and then they motioned the receiver and a back in the backfield with the quarterback, so that's 5 guys in the backfield. So they didn't have enough scrimmage. This time they did it, but they had a
they run the option. They run the option, and Garza stuffs it. Garza stuffs Cesar Beltran back inside the 10 to the 9. It's a loss of about 4, and to bring up 3rd down and 5.
That's an early candidate for a Barbara Dyson big hit. Tough hit.
3rd and 5 Joshua, their own 9.
I mean, you're looking at 3rd and very short if he doesn't get in the backfield.
Clock runs nearing the 3-minute mark of the first quarter. The Owls of Joshua, Texas, lead the Big Elks of Elk City 7-0. Big play here maybe for field position. Beltran turns, hands it off. The Elks do a great job there to stack up the running back. Was that Martinez, number 0? Or was it 21, Solis? It was Martinez. No gain. It's Garza's there on the tackle.
I think in Texas that you can move before the snap because they've done it almost every single time, and there's not been a flag called. So
Nick Smith, the punter, standing on the big B, and Burke Burnett in his own end zone. Bowie to return it, standing at the Joshua 45. Low snap, handled. Smith, low kick toward this near sideline, bounces right to Cole. He takes it, going to be tackled immediately by Dre Wilson at the 46-yard line. But good field position here as the Elks defense does a great job after the interception of getting the first Brad O'Hara Farmers Insurance defensive stop. And they'll take over 1st and 10 inside Joshua territory at their 46 with 2:24 to play here in the first quarter. Joshua leads Elk City 7-0.
Yeah, if he doesn't catch that or pick it up right there with the guy in his face, that thing could be rolling all the way to the other 40. So some wonder, why take that with the risk of turning it over? Well, that's why. You're going to win the field position battle.
Jaden Wynn out there for the first time this series. Bowie and Church split to the near side. Jackson and Josie to the far side. Snap back, pitch to Wynn, running left, needing a block, gets it to the outside, and he's going to be hit hard out of bounds, but not before a gain of about 5 to the 41 on Jaden Wynn's first carry. Tavon Wilson came up from that safety spot and hit Jaden hard out of bounds, but a good first down play for the Elks there of 5.
You see 99 and 44 back in for them. So 5 is out, but they do a pretty good job of holding their ground.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Webb in the shotgun. Now Church switches to tight end right. Snap back. Handoff up the middle to Win. Picks his way across the 40. Stumbled, or you might have had another Remax first down. Stumbled, and then that allowed Wilson and also Martinez to come up and make the tackle at the 38-yard line. Gain of 3 to bring up a 3rd down and 2 for the Elks.
We're just not moving with much intensity. Right? We need to get play with a little more heart, a little more emotion. Right now, it just kind of seems like we were just dead.
It seems a little dud down there. I wonder if the long road trip has something to do with it. I don't know.
3rd down and 2 for the Elks at the Joshua 38-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap, handoff, Win, looks for the first down, carries a tackle for a yard, but he needed 2. 4th down and 1 for the Elks at the Joshua 37.
We're going to have to do a better job up front. We had 2 linemen running downfield and didn't touch a soul, and the 2 guys they ran by went and made the tackle.
Twice this drive, we've seen Jackson flare out. Watch for that later.
Eric Martinez has been in on just about every tackle. That time J.D. Smith was standing there right there with him as well. So 4th down and 1 for the Elks. One difference you might see here between Texas and Oklahoma, at home, if they jump offside, it's an automatic 5. Here, they can get back if you don't snap it. Play clock down to 4, 4th and a yard. Hand off to Wynn, trying to get out to the outside of the right. He's got a first down, crosses the 35 near the 30-yard line. He's tackled there. Elks needed 1, got 7, and then that's another Remax All-American Realty first down.
Great vision by Wynn. Shows maturity for him to go down the line looking for what he's letting his blockers set up for 1, but having to use his legs to outrun defenders.
Great job there on pulling from his left guard spot. Or it may have been left tackle. It may have been Tugger that was out there. Couldn't tell if it was 55 but pulled around and kicked everybody out. Play clock at 7 as the Elks break the huddle. 1st and 10 at the Joshua 30. Snap. Handoff up the middle, Win bounces outside, makes one man miss, carries the pile forward toward the 25. They knock him down at the 26-yard line. 4 yards on first down for Jaden Wynn, and I think that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. The Elk City Elks trailed the Joshua Owls 7-0 after 1, but come back for the Nicholson Monument second quarter. The Elks marching into Joshua territory. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Big Elk football.
Robin and the Nicholson family at Nicholson Monument continue to serve Western Oklahoma families with compassionate expertise and creativity. Let them design your loved one's lasting memorial at Nicholson Family Monument in Clinton. Contact Nicholson Family Monument today, a name you've trusted for years.
Big Elk Auto Mall has you covered with many professional automotive services like gas and diesel mechanics. Also expert exhaust installation. But one of their premier services is F&S Collision Repair. Just look at what Freddie did with this Lamborghini. From fender benders to major collision repair, they have the certified auto body technicians to do the job right. Plus, the Elk City Athletic Department gets a portion of profits every year. Big Elk Auto Mall is locally owned and located just north of the Elk City Convention Center on Old Route 66. Go Big Elks! Nicholson Monument invites you to visit their website, nicholsonmonument.com. Come by their office weekdays from 8:30 till 5 or schedule a Saturday appointment with Robin or one of her associates. Nicholson Monument Company, their family serving yours since 1956.
Welcome out here to Bulldog Stadium in Burke Burnett, Texas. We've reached the Nicholson Monument second quarter. The Elk City Elks trail the Joshua Owls 7-0 on your Ace Home Center scoreboard. But the Elks come out to first play on Joshua's 26-yard line. The Elks outgained in the first quarter 79-47. Not surprising whatsoever that Joshua did all of its damage, 12 rushes for 79 yards. The Elks ran it for 35, threw it for 12. Snap back, handoff. Harrell is unable to get away from big Mikey Duran, number 99, and big number 5, Marquez Wilson, number 5. James is slung to the ground back at the 28, a loss of 2. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Elks.
They got their beef back in. They got both of them back in.
I mean, you play with fire, right? I mean, you got to try to wear them down. At the same time, you're probably not going to make a whole bunch of hay, at least early in the game right there. 3rd down and 8 for the Elks from the Joshua 38. Snap back, flip it out to Bowie. Cole makes a man miss at the 30, at the 25, steps to the outside of 20, near the 20. Let's see where they push him out. Looked like he had at least to the 21. The near side line judge is going to mark him out short of there. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, right at the 21. That's probably about right. It's a gain of 7, and it's 4th and what, about half a yard?
Great effort. At least you're going to give him a great chance to get it here.
I think we're at a full yard, maybe a little bit more, because where the sticks on the side towards the end zone.
At the 20?
Yep.
All right, so 4th and a yard and a half at the Joshua 21. Webb in the shotgun, 5 seconds on the play clock. Sends Bowie in motion, snap back. Blitz is on, he fires it up. It's intercepted, and somebody's got to go chase down Noble again. Peyton with another interception. Cateson Cobb makes the tackle at the 45-yard line as Webb was pressured immediately, flipped it out looking for Miller, and Noble had an easy interception just stepping right in front of that one.
Started with all the pressure, like you said, right in his face, just trying to get rid of it, make something happen.
So
you almost want to take the sack and just not give up the field position. But
2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Elks. Joshua takes over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. We played a minute here in the second quarter. The Owls lead 7-0. Salas back in there at the fullback with Martinez and Payne as the wingbacks. In motion, snap back, running the option to the near side. The Elks play it great, and Colin Church slings into their out. Whoa!
Just say you got him too high.
Church slung him down for a loss of 5. What is the penalty?
It's face mask.
Did he grab his face mask?
Yeah.
It looked like he ducked under it.
When he ducked, Colin's hand slid up his chest and right up into the
Personal foul, face mask on the Elks. So instead of a loss back to the Joshua 40, it'll be 1st and 10 at the Big Elk 40. Great play by Church. It's just one of those unfortunate things when you had the quarterback, Cesar Beltran, ducked under. And
it
just
wasn't
one of those deals.
It wasn't intentional. But he kind of ducked under and right into his hands. You know, he's trying to grab jersey. He's trying to grab something. Unfortunately, he grabbed face mask.
1st and 10 Joshua at the Big Elk 40. Wing back in motion, running the option this way. Payne's got it, and Bowie's going to fly up from his safety spot and make the tackle. Loss of a yard as Braden Payne thrown down at the 41.
That's what I like to see right there. We got a little bit of fire. Bowie's he's in a dead sprint. He looks like he's at different speed than the rest of the guys in Brown right now.
So Payne loses 1 on 1st down. Checking out that State Farm replay. Just a lot of ground covered quickly there by Cole.
He was like a heat-seeking missile. He let everything develop, and then he just seeked him out. Great play.
2nd and 11 from the Big Elk 41. Beltran sends Martinez in motion, pitches it to him, running right. The Elks trying to string it out. He makes a cut, and there's Bowie again making the tackle after a gain of about 6. Give him 5 to the 36-yard line.
the path that the safeties have to take. They call it a J pass, so he's got to go towards the quarterback, and when that ball's pitched, he just kind of bends it out, and Bowie is screaming downhill right now hard.
Good to see Cody Rogers back out there, receiver for the Joshua Owls. He went off back in the first quarter. He's lined up tight to the left side of the formation. 3rd down and about 6 for Joshua. Snap, handoff, Solace up the middle is going to be stacked up short of the line to gain at the 31.
Decision time.
4th and very short.
Yeah, there's no decision about it. They're going to go.
They've got to get to the 30. So it's 4th and a yard. McQuestion's going to check in there for the Elks on that defensive line, replacing DeJohn Jackson. 4th and 1, Joshua at the Big Elk 31. They lead 7-0. We're under 9 minutes to play in the first half. In motion, another false start, not called, and Solace breaks the tackle. No, Bowie got him down as he crossed the 25. Is it a clear false start on the left side of the offensive line is not called. It's a gain of 10 and a first down for Joshua.
And Coach Maynard is over here. He finally got the White Hats' attention to ask him, and would you please watch it, because it's happening every single play. He shook his head yes.
Yeah. 1st and 10, Joshua at the Big Elk 21, looking to go up 2 scores. They lead 7-0. Clock runs at the 8:30 mark of the second quarter. Play called from the sideline.
You go quick.
It's going to be a pitch to the right. Oh, the Elks are grabbed on the corner. My goodness gracious. Nice play there by Eastham. Too far down the field, though. That's a gain of about 7 to the 14-yard line. Bring up 2nd down at 3. Beltran, the quarterback. Martinez now is the fullback. In motion comes Payne. It's a free play. The Elks have to keep playing. James is standing there with hands on hips, and now they.
I think because we're in Texas, I thought he got back, and then they jumped.
That's right.
But did we make contact?
We'll see if they ruled that the Elks caused the Owls to jump. It was a delayed response by the right guard there for Joshua. So we'll see what they call. They're heading north.
There's a couple of things that's to question right here. So if we jump, we have time. We have a chance to get back if they don't move. If they snap the ball, they get a chance for a free play. But I don't know what I don't.
They moved, but it's supposed to be a natural reaction, not a delayed one. That time, it was about another full clap before they actually moved. But it's an offside call. Another flag on the field by Anadarko Dozer. 1st and goal at the 9. Here comes Payne sweeping left. He's got a wide open spot. There's Bowie. Makes great contact short of the goal line. What a tackle by Cole Bowie to save a touchdown at the 1. Payne a little bit slow to get up as Bowie flew across to that pylon. That looked like a sure touchdown for Payne, and a great Barbara Dyson Ford tough hit there by Cole Bowie. Still 2nd and goal at the 1. Joshua hands it off. Martinez stutter steps. He's going to be pile drive forward into the end zone. Another touchdown for Eli Martinez, his 10th on the season. And the Joshua Owls take a 13-0 lead over the Big Elks with 7:23 to play here in the first half. Clock still runs as it's going to melt off another minute before they ever kick this extra point. Nobody notices it down on the field, though. A little bit like a false start.
I mean, he's right there next to us.
Nah. It's not our job.
Our man Kate.
Yeah. Smith strokes the extra point through. You hope that 47 seconds doesn't come back to haunt you here trying to score before half. Endurance Federal Credit Union extra point is good, and Joshua leads the Elks 14-0, 7:15 to play here in the first half. You know, this is similar, guys. If you watch them play earlier throughout the season, they've given up yards. But Joshua has been able defensively to make plays either on 4th downs or down in the red zone even. You know, last week we saw a 99-yard touchdown returned by Peyton Noble, who has the 2 interceptions to end both drives here so far for the Elks.
Yeah, benefiting by some questionable no calls we think we're seeing from up here, but they're not seeing down there. But that's not an excuse. They got to it's a gut check time right now for the Big Elks, and this is a must-score drive in my opinion. The way this ball game's going, if Joshua gets it back, they're liable to milk another 5-6 minutes off the clock. And all of a sudden, you're going into the locker room down a couple scores.
Yeah, Jared, we've got to get a little bit of intensity down here. It's just, it's kind of like on that one. We're just standing there with our hands on our hips, just kind of looking around, and they snap the ball, and we're still just standing there looking at him. So, our intensity level is going to have to step up.
Smith to kick. He's going to be kicking downwind, right to left, which is south to north here at Burke-Burnett. Toe to leather, still a high onside. We signal for the fair catch. I think
we signal for the fair catch. Running. Should be a flag. I guess we just got ours back right there.
Can't do that. And Josh with coaching staff asking why not a flag there.
Yeah.
I think you're right. We got away with one.
Yeah. I don't think he did. Or I don't think he thought he did. See high. I'm serious. I don't think he was trying to signal. I think he was trying to come back.
Get his footing underneath him, and he kind of.
I don't think he meant that. It looked like it, but I don't think he tried to. I really, really don't.
What are they doing now?
Oh, now the clock's at 7:12. Oh, they're going to move it to the 25 because he
called
fair catch inside. Yep. So they move it up to the 25. So 1st and 10 Elks at their own 25. We're starting field position so far tonight. Snap, hand off to Garza. Good block by Church. He bounces to the outside, makes a man miss, and now hammered down by Maddox Caffey. So he was held up by Wilson. And then coming in from that linebacker spot and making a huge tackle was Caffey.
We're definitely not getting to the next level to the linebackers, but we're not staying on blocks with the down lineman too. We've got to keep our feet moving and get in between the defense and the ball carrier.
2nd down and 8 for the Elks at their own 27. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now tight end joins over on the left side of the formation. We moved, no call. Snap back, easy completion to Jackson. Jeremiah stacked up at the 30, a gain of 3. It looked like it was going to be a better play than that, but good closing speed by Tullis making the tackle.
If we just keep going with it the way he caught it, he had to come to a stop and try to cut it upfield, and there was an out to get him, like you said. There's that little flare out I was looking for earlier. If he catch that in stride, this kid has speed. We know that.
As you said, Jared, important play here. 3rd and 5 as we hit the halfway point of the Nicholson Monument second quarter. The Elks down 14-0. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Webb takes a snap and handed off to Garza. Garza tried to pick his way around. Stiff arms a man. Heads to the outside. Still going. Looking for a first down. Slammed out of bounds. The Elks sideline wants a flag. They're not going to get it. It's a gain of 2, 4th and 3.
We're pulling 2 guys on that, and we get the as our pullers come around, the guy comes upfield, and we just turn and go upfield and miss him, and he's hitting Tucker in the backfield, and Tucker shed a block before he ever gets back to the line of scrimmage.
The Elks look like they're going to go on 4th and 3 at their own 32-yard line. Mikey Duran back in there, big 99, along with Wilson. 4th and 3 Elks. In motion comes Church. They jump offside. The Elks have a free play. Long pass down the far sideline looking for Bowie. Bowie shoved out of bounds. Where is the flag for pass interference? It's going to be a first down, a Remax All-American Realty first down. Bowie had Dre Wilson dead to rights on the far sideline, or Tavon running by him, and he just kind of shoved him out of bounds. Smart play by him because it's saving a touchdown no matter what. Still a Remax first down as the 5 yards marked off. Another Anadarko Dozer flag on the play. J&AG White, Anadarko Dozer, integrity comes first.
And that's hard to do when you don't have that read for an offense because you never do it. Then just to automatically be able to do it one week, that's difficult.
There's something yelled out there.
Give it up to Adrian Acosta for snapping it. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
It's 1st and 10 Elks as he's back up center in there, gets a start tonight. Snap back, Webb flips it out to Garza. Garza makes the catch, makes a man miss at the 35. Needs a block, still not getting it, and now a bunch of helpers show up with Martinez and Sharp, along with the corner there, Mata. After all that, Garza ends up no gain, 2nd and 10.
You see receivers and running backs, when they good cut or a good catch or they don't catch ball or something, they get frustrated. Right there, Cole Bowie missed the block, and he was frustrated with himself, and you can, he expressed it. So that's good. That's the competitiveness in him coming out.
They actually give him a yard forward to the 38. So 2nd down and 9 for the Elks as Jaden Wynn checks in at the running back spot. Snap back, hand off to Wynn, following the blocker. Nice block there by Church, but Jaden, once again, he kind of slipped just a little bit trying to make the cut. And when he did, J.D. Smith was chasing him and threw him down after a gain of about 4 to the 41.
Yeah, that might be a little bit of it, too. There's a lot of brown jerseys over there, so when you're trying to make that cut, it's just not happening.
They pull it back to the 40.
If we had a mobile quarterback right there, he would be able to pull it out the backside because they are collapsing the backside so hard that there's nothing left.
Kind of like Jackson Arnold last week against Tulane. Did that more than once.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. 3rd down and 7 for the Elks at their own 40. Snap, Webb flips it into the flat, and it's almost intercepted. I don't know if it was tipped or if it kind of fluttered out of his hands. It almost looked like he never really had control of it. Incomplete, 4th down.
Or he did get a good grip. I don't know. We'll see if we can catch it on the State Farm replay. I mean, he had pressure in his face. I don't know if it was tipped or not, but nonetheless, 4th down.
Punting unit deployed for the Elks. Slade Josie at his own 26.
We are kicking into this gust of wind here. It's pretty strong. It's like a tunnel right here.
I think that's Noble back to receive the punt, standing inside the Joshua 25. Perfect snap. Josie bobbles the catch, puts toe to leather. Nice high kick. Calling for fair catch and making it is Noble at his own 24-yard line. Maybe the best punt of the year, that time by Slade, especially, as Denny said, into the pretty strong breeze still down here in Burke Burnett.
Maybe the best signal of fair catch I've seen all year, too. He really let him know he was going to fair catch it.
The ball boys fire one simultaneously at the line judge down here on the Joshua sidelines, and they had to go get one of them. That was pretty funny. They both fired it right at him. He just put his hands down, like protected 2 areas, his nose and a little lower.
Just pick one.
So we have to keep the big play from happening right here.
Yeah.
Because they'll run the clock. They'll probably pop up and try to throw once or twice in here, depending on where they're at. But
pitch running left is Payne. Nice job of stringing it out, but a good cut by Payne, slipping inside of Jackson MacArthur as he was trying to hold the edge. Couldn't do it. It's a gain of 12 and a 1st down for Joshua. Second run we've seen Braden Payne. He almost got in the end zone last possession before he was knocked out of bounds by Bowie. MacArthur in there at one of the outside linebacker spots. Probably replacing Tucker here, give Tucker a breather. 1st and 10 Joshua at their own 36-yard line. They lead the Elks 14-0 on the Ace Home Center scoreboard. Snap, handoff out the middle. Salas has a huge hole. Good tackle there by Graham Eastham and also Bowie cleaning him up. But Salas with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Big Elks, very little success coming up the middle.
I would expect to see them going a little bit faster. They're still rotating people and looking at bands and taking 20 seconds, 25 seconds to get the play in. So you'd think that would speed up a little bit.
They got all 3 timeouts, and we have 3:30 left. Snap back. It's going to be a reverse play to Kreiner. Nice job by Fabian Armendariz. Huge hit at the 45, and a first WTC timeout called by Joshua. More of a trap, I guess, but kind of that trap play that the Elks ran so well for a couple of years, and Fabian was right there to just crunch down Kreiner after a gain of 1. It's got a shot to be the Barbara Dyson Ford tough hit of the game for sure.
That's how I'm going to label it.
WTC timeout. Kathy Corning and Sarah Hirschman at Western Technology Centers are educating people for success. Campuses in Burns Flat, Hobart, Sayre, Weatherford, and Elk City. You know how I know this game is moving fast, fellas?
Because it's not even 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we haven't even had to do an ID yet. We're almost at halftime. Of course, we'll have the American Hose and Supply halftime show, gas stats, Shannon's custom paint and body scores from around the state. We'll also do a little gas text line, 225-9698. Tell us where you're watching. Also, a new addition tonight is the Circle A Western Wear sideline cam. Appreciate Edward and Sam Albert, Circle A. Go check out their new building, man. Open right in time for the rodeo. It's good looking in there, Circle A.
And they're Dr. Pepper.
3rd and 1. Pitch to Kreiner. He's got the first down. Tackled out on the edge by Graham Eastham. Needed 1, got about 4.
Tucker went tight on that and thinking they were going to come inside and just kind of as he was coming upfield. But luckily, Graham came right behind him.
Safeties are making way too many tackles against a running team.
100%, but that's.
Handoff up the middle. Martinez pushes through a tackle as Garza and also Fabian again. We called Fabian Armendariz his name a bunch.
You'd rather call that name than a safety.
Absolutely. Gain of 3 for Martinez. 2nd and 7. Joshua not in much hurry. His clock dwindling down near the 2.5-minute mark. They lead 14-0. The Elks will get the ball to start the second half as they won the toss and elected to defer. Beltran under center. Turns, going to run the option left. He pitches it out. Payne's going to be wrapped up and made a tackle in the open field as Bowie. Right at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and long.
You feel pretty good when it's being stretched out and you got Tucker coming through the inside and you got Bowie screaming off the outside.
Yeah, it's hard to play it much better than that.
Bowie defensively against this option game has played really well.
With there's so many, you have to do your assignment, and that's why I say safeties really have to play a big part.
3rd and 7. In motion goes Kreiner. They're going to pitch it to him on the right, and he's going to be hammered right at midfield. And who is that man again? Cole Bowie, and Kreiner's down on the field. We could hear that one up here, and I'm telling you, we're a long ways away from the field. As looks like the Elks may call a WTC timeout with 4th and 9 from midfield. Aggressive there, wanting to get the ball back and giving your offense a chance with 1:44 to play in the first half, down 14-0. You know, this could be an interesting call by Coach Maynard. Force a punt. If you happen to go down and take advantage, score a touchdown, you get the ball right back, score again, and all of a sudden a game that looked like you really were kind of lost in could be tied in the first possession of the 3rd quarter.
Have to watch the ball here. You can imagine that.
Yeah, that's kind of a college. That's kind of a college thing, right? You don't need a whole lot of time, but I don't know if we're equipped for that. But I like having the ball in our hands and go and try and score.
Yeah, you just never know. Flip one out to Tucker, flip one out to Cole or Jeremiah, and see what can happen. It is going to be Smith deployed as the punter.
We've got weapons just like they do.
Yep. Eastham standing at the 30. Bowie back inside the 15. Good snap. Smith steps into it, kicks it over toward the far sideline. Bowie at the 10 has it. Looking for some room to run, and he stumbles, knocked off his feet by Sergio Mata. He was trying to make a cut, I think, to the outside, kind of tripped up at the 19, and that's where the Elks take over 1st and 10 after the second Brad O'Hara Farmers Insurance defensive stop of the night. Brad O'Hara Farmers Insurance, our family helping your family.
That something that doesn't get recognized a whole lot, but like that punt right there, the guy moved to his right and pinned Bowie at about 5 yards from the sideline with no place to go back inside. That's a pretty good punt.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There was nothing. There was sideline and on left and white jerseys to his right. 1st and 10 Elks at their own 19 in motion. They're setting up shop right, tight end right is going to be Church. Snap back, play action, flip it out to Bowie. Bowie catches on the run, and he's going to try to break it to the outside. Dre Wilson took the ball out of his hands, but it goes over the sideline. Would have been a gain of about 4. Instead, the ball goes out of bounds right near the line of scrimmage. So a completion for none.
That was set up for a tunnel screen, but we didn't have our linemen coming out to block. So Cole caught it, turning back upfield, and he should be running underneath linemen, but they weren't getting there. Not a very clean game.
Now, and what the bad part about that is the clock stopped because the ball went out of bounds. 2nd and 10, same formation. Webb has a snap, hands it off to Wynn, stutter steps, and looking for some room to run. There's just not any out there on the left side. Is coming up and making the tackle. It's going to be Jackson Wells. And now all of a sudden Joshua might want to think about using the timeout on defense. As the clock down near a minute. The Elks have 3rd and 10 at their own 19. Coach DeArmond walked toward the near side line judge, but didn't use a timeout. Now the Elks need to be in. First down would be nice. And they jump offside. Free play. Oh, no, they say that Wilson made contact. So a free 5 for the Elks on the Anadarko Dozer offside penalty.
That's like I said, that's something that Texas teams have an advantage. When you meet together and play Oklahoma versus Texas, you know, they've practiced it and practiced it and practiced it. And here we are trying to do it in one week.
Yeah, you got it snapped. It was just a hair late. Now they wind the clock. 3rd and 5, Elks at their own 24. Snap back. Webb has plenty of time. Throws a long pass down the near sideline intended for Bowie. It's going to be intercepted by Tullis at the at the Joshua 35-yard line. Webb got rocked right after he threw it. Basically a long punt at the end of the day.
Yep.
Now we'll see what the Owls decide to do with 31 seconds to play in the first half, leading 14-0. They'll start at their own 35. They do have 2 WTC timeouts at their disposal. They'll huddle on the sideline. The Elks offense struggling. 63 total yards so far in the first half. Joshua with 136. Beltran under center. Takes the snap. Kreiner moved before the snap. A pass over the middle, and it's going to be in and out of the hands of Braden Payne.
There was 1 or 2 things fixing to happen right there. If that guy either caught the ball, he was either going to be leveled by Cole Bowie, but whenever he bobbled it, Cole almost picked it off and would have had nothing but green grass in front of him. He bobbled it just enough that Cole redirected.
He thought he could go pick it off. Incomplete pass. That's the 5th attempt of the year. 2nd down now and 10. In motion goes Kreiner. Handoff up the middle. Nope, it's going to be the option play left. Payne is going to be tripped up. Nope, he stayed on his feet at the 40. Now he's hogtied, and they rule him inbounds as both Garza and Church make the tackle. Now we've got a WTC timeout called by Coach DeArmond, and he's looking at Payne, trying to usher him over to the sideline, just like, get out of bounds and let us save that timeout. You were right there.
You know, these games are good to prepare you for district play and tough games and stuff, but we've got to do a better job as a team. Right now we don't have a lot of leadership going on right now. You've got coaches, you know, telling kids to have to hustle off the field. Coaches don't want to have to coach you on effort. They should never coach you on effort.
Yeah. Ever.
And it's frustrating to have a head coach, have to turn and tell a kid, hustle off the field. Quit walking around. And that's, I said it before the game, it feels different right now.
So coming out of the WTC timeout, it's 3rd down and 3 for Joshua at their own 42-yard line. 14.9 seconds to play in the first half. They do still have a timeout. 2 receivers to the right. Still that flex bone formation. And In motion goes Kreiner. It's going to be a handoff to Martinez. Martinez breaks one tackle, tries to find the 45-yard line. They're going to rule him right at the 45. Clock stops momentarily for a 1st and 10. I think Joshua's going to be content to go up 2 touchdowns at halftime as they start to make their way into the home locker room here at Burke-Burnett. And that's going to be the end of the Nicholson Monument second quarter. We've reached halftime. It's 14-0. The Joshua Owls lead the Elk City Elks. Come back with American Hose and Supply halftime show, gas stats, and more. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Big Elk football.
At Bank of Western Oklahoma, we know what it takes to keep your farm running smoothly. Our experienced lenders understand agriculture and offer competitive loans for real estate, livestock, equipment, and more. We are locally owned and invested in our communities, making decisions that benefit you quickly. Bank of Western Oklahoma, the bank that works as hard as you do. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
From dozer work to hauling dirt and gravel, Anadarko Dozer and Trucking gets the job done. We don't take shortcuts, and we don't back down from a challenge. With a team that digs in deep and delivers results, we handle the toughest projects with grit and determination. When you need it done right, call Anadarko Dozer and Trucking. We move mountains to make it happen.
Hi, my name is Brad O'Hara. My wife Tony and our family live in western Oklahoma, just as the 4 generations of family have before us. We definitely understand the ups and downs of our economy and the way it affects us all. At Brad O'Hara Insurance, we are here to get you the biggest bang for your buck. We have multiple coverage options available and very competitive rates for youthful drivers. Problems with your driving history? Having trouble getting coverage? I'm betting we can help. Give us a call at 225-4040 and let us help. We're on your side.
If you don't have motor oils or filters, your equipment's not going to run. If you got something broke, you need a bolt for it. You got to have that stuff. You got to have your greases to keep everything running good. Camrock is the name of the company. We've got what you need for your agriculture or oil field industry, whatever you need.
Your farmer need a hose built. You can come in, we'll build it. Oil field customer will come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. American Hose and Supply in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
It's 2111 South Main, Elk City.
At Shannon's Custom Paint and Body, we take pride in our local community and have faithfully served Oklahoma and Texas over the last 30 years. Our vehicles play an important role in our lives, commuting to work, our kids' sporting events, visiting family, vacations, etc. Our mission is to repair your vehicle honestly and efficiently, meeting or surpassing our customers' expectations, getting your vehicle back to pre-accident condition or better. We want to serve you as our Savior Jesus Christ would. In Matthew 11:28 and 30, Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." We hope to offer our customers the same relief in times of need.
A message from the Sonic Department of Research and Deliciousment.
They say you can't put a price on fun, but they don't know what the heck they're talking about. Fun's now $1.99 at Sonic with creamy queso wraps and more. Take that, they. The Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. You know your new favorite burger has hand-smashed patties made to order, hot and melty cheese, and a tangy sauce? How rude of me. Let me introduce you. The all-new Sonic Smasher. Live free, eat Sonic. You want to live free?
From the classroom to the field, Elk City High School students are igniting sparks of brilliance, fueling the fire of progress in every endeavor they pursue. Whether it's breaking records in the academics or dominating the field, these students are the driving force behind Elk City's dynamic spirit. GAS is fully committed to supporting and fostering the spirit of innovation, because in Elk City, it's not just about moving forward, it's about racing ahead. That's why we're...
Welcome back here to Burke-Burnett, Texas, Bulldog Stadium. We're at halftime. The Elk City Elks trail the Joshua Owls by a score of 14-0. Eli Martinez, 2 touchdowns on the ground, 1 of 39, 1 of a yard, 1 in each quarter is the scoring so far on that Ace Home Center scoreboard. It's American Hose and Supply halftime show. American Hose and Supply. Jared, you got the gas stats?
Yes, sir. Let's go right into our team stats. Big thank you to Gas. All gas, no breaks. As, again, Elk City trailing it 14-0. Wait for these stats to show up. Here we go. Elk City rushing. I mean, it's not a good night. 16 attempts, 48 yards total. Thrown it 9 times, completing 5 of them for minimal gain, just 15 yards. 63 total yards of offense for the Elk City Big Elks. Very uncharacteristic from the Big Elks from what we've seen here in recent years. And a big reason why not having a lot of success, turning the ball over. Turned it over 3 times, all through the air. Have only accumulated 4 first downs. Joshua, 6 first downs. Rushed it 29 times, 152 yards. 0 passing yards, which we kind of expected. They attempted.
They were 1 of 4 for 36 coming into the game tonight.
0-2, I think, or 3. And I could effort that, but they have not completed, but they haven't needed to. Again, with the success on the ground, 152 yards total offense. Obviously, a couple touchdowns ran in, and they have not turned the football over. Individually for the Big Elks, big thanks again to Gas helping us out with our stats. And we'll go with rushing stats first. Jaden Wynn, leading rusher for the Big Elks, 7 times. On 7 carries, he has 24 yards. Tucker Garza, also 7 carries, just 19 yards. Cole Bowie, a carry and 7 yards. Slade Josie, 1 carry for -2. Logan Webb's thrown it 9 times, 5 completions, again 15 yards, but we have him for 3 interceptions, yes. And receiving those passes, Cole Bowie, 2 catches for 7 yards. Slade Josie, 1 catch for 5. Jeremiah Jackson, 1 catch for 3 yards. And Tucker Garza, 1 catch for no yards. Quite frankly, Skinny, it's just not pretty. It's, again, a lot of work to be done, but it's not as big as hole as you think, as abysmal as those offensive stats are. Only trailing a couple of touchdowns. I'm confident Coach Mater and his staff are making halftime adjustments and turning around. Again, Elk City trails at 14-0 at the half. Thanks again to Gas helping us out with our stats. All gas, no breaks.
Oh, I'll be completely honest with you. When you look at that stat line, it's a wonder the Elks are only down 14-0. Yeah, and it feels like they're down way more than 14 points at the moment.
Kind of.
Just the way the game has gone. I mean, they moved the ball in the first couple of possessions. Turnovers kind of ruin those. 1 on a 4th down, so you're trying to make a play, whatever. You know what I mean? But, and the pick at the end of the half was basically a punt on 3rd down for your own, 25-yard line. So what, those but when you're moving that first drive and then you end up throwing a little miscommunication and an interception, it just the Elks just simply haven't had the rushing attack. Looks a lot more like it did against Canadian in a loss than it did against Altus in the win. And so it's there's a lot more guys in the weight in the throwing game tonight than maybe there was down in Altus, because the Elks were able to rush it so well in that game against the Bulldogs. You want to do some scores? You ready for that, or you want to take a break?
I'm still kind of working those up. We can take a break, give our listeners and viewers some time to text into the Gas text line, 580-225-969 out. Send us a shout-out to your favorite Big Elk, maybe even your favorite Big Elk band member, cheerleader, coach, anyone you want to. Give it a shout-out and tell us where you're from, too, where you're listening from, where you're watching from. That's always fun for us to
I got some. I've got an international text already.
Go ahead, jump on.
No.
No,
wait.
You're teasing it.
We're going to we'll make this guy wait for his announcement. The Elks trail 14-0 at halftime. We'll come back with the Gas stats, the scores from around the states, presented by Shannon's Custom Paint and Body, and finish on with the American Hose and Supply halftime show. 14-0 Joshua over Elk City on the Ace Home Center scoreboard. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Call State Farm agent Daniel Garbarino in Elk City today.
It's an evening like any other evening. Kids are being kids. Work is being work. But none of this bothers you because the air feels so good at home.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, now headquartered in Elk City. They're your carrier dealer, servicing all brands. Call Wyatt or Tom at 580-225-6518 or stop by 317 North Van Buren in Elk City.
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace, because at Ace, the perfect grill comes with free assembly, delivery, and fuel, like the Weber Gas Grill, Big Green Egg Charcoal Grill, Traeger Wood Pellet Grill, and Blackstone Gas Griddle. You won't find all these premium brands and service at a warehouse store, only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Owners George and Jim Bob Browning invite you to visit the locally owned Ace Home Centers nearest you or shop online at elksupply.com.
Are headaches, migraines, or dizziness interrupting your life?
Are you an expectant mother or have young children in need of specialized care?
At the Chiropractic Co., we have solutions for you. I'm Dr. Brooks, and I specialize in upper cervical care to treat whiplash, post-concussive syndromes, and complex neurological conditions.
And I'm Dr. Michaela, and I offer gentle, effective care for babies, mamas, and young kids. Come find relief and support for your whole family at the Chiropractic Co.
Just call us today at 580-339-8078 or visit thechiropractic.co.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about. For decades, Western Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Western Tech.
There have been times when the folks at RE/MAX may have actually lost business because of their honesty. Real estate's a pretty competitive field, but RE/MAX won't throw elbows or fudge the truth. Sounds pretty simple, but they were raised to be nice people. That's helped them buy and sell a lot of property for customers. Of course, it also helps that RE/MAX is the #1 most recognized real estate brand in the world. RE/MAX All-American Realty in Elk City. Take a look at their Facebook page. Sometimes nice guys do finish first.
Great Plains Analytical Services salutes all of the young men and women in the Elk City school system, and they urge each of them to apply the philosophy of all gas, no brakes to their academic studies, their fine arts performances, and their athletic contests, and hopes they carry this right on into their adult lives. GAS also sincerely thanks Elk City school board members for their service and the teachers, coaches, and administrators for their leadership. Let's all work together to make Elk City and America great again.
Welcome back to the American Hose and Supply halftime show. The Elk City Elks trail at the half, 14-0 here in Burke Burnett to the Joshua, Texas Owls. 2 Eli Martinez touchdown runs in the first half. 1 of 39 and 1 of 1 are the only scoring so far tonight. You're checking out the brand new Circle A Western Wear sideline cam. Looks good. Nice and sharp. We're a long ways away. See us up there? We don't have our lights. Maybe we'll flash our lights, then you can see us. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll turn our phones on, like they do at. Oh, you see that?
Oh, you can. You absolutely can see it.
Can we see that?
Yeah. Fantastic. All right, Jared, give us some Shannon's custom paint and body scores from around the state.
It's been that kind of night, folks. Okay, let me bring it up. Merritt played last night, and that got their first win of the year. Congratulations to the Oilers winning over Boone Apache, or is it just Apache now? 20-16. That's again a big win. Apache not a. I mean, that team that traditionally wins a lot, so maybe that's a nice springboard for Merritt as they venture into that very tough district of theirs. Corn Bible Academy got a win last night too over Sharon Mutual, 20-6. Currently, right now, there's some lopsided scores, and a lot of them are still in the first half, obviously, because we flew through that first half. Elgin, the AP Polls #1 team in 4A, 42. Newcastle, 0. Still in the first half on that one. Sulphur, 56. And next week's opponent for the Big Elks, Cash, the district opener, 0. That too in the second quarter. Wow. How about Clinton? They lead Chandler 14-7. That one is at the half last checked. 14-0. My apologies. 14-0. Red Tornadoes over Chandler right now. Pauls Valley 7, Weatherford 0. We think that's in the second quarter. At last checked, it said first, but I can't imagine that's still true.
Unless
we'll double-check that score.
Unless there's weather that we don't know about or something bad happened.
Or everybody threw their phones down out of frustration. Kingfisher 7, Bridge Creek 0 in the second quarter. Kingfisher I think they really want to be in 4A1. They've played Weatherford, Clinton, and now Bridge Creek. Thomas 14, Hinton 7. That's in the second quarter. Mangum 12, Watonga 7 at half. Watonga keeping it close. Mangum's a really good team this year. Hobart 26, Carnegie 7 in the second quarter. Shattuck 20, Burns Flat, Dill City 6. I also said it was still in the first quarter. I doubt that's true. And Hollis 38, Mountain View, struggling Mountain View, shocking there. Just 14, 38-14, that in the second quarter. That's what we got for our Shannon's custom paint and body scoreboard.
All right, it's time. It's that time, Jared. It is time for the gas text line, 225-9698. 225-9698. Tell us where you're watching from tonight. This gas, they got so many buttons, it's hard to make sure you click the right one.
Hey, we appreciate Jordan and the Williamson family.
Absolutely.
They keep me busy.
Jordan and Johnny and all the gang at the Williamson family, all gas, no brakes. I'll just go through my phone here.
Go for it.
As you get that set up. I've got my man Stevie Ferguson. He said, number 5 is a whole lot of human. He is correct about that.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got shout out from the Garage Gang. Garage Gang down at Gigi's. I believe they're eating, what was it going to be? Sliders. French dip sliders and cheese dip was on the menu for the Garage Gang tonight.
That sounds good.
Coach Murray and the softball Elkettes are watching from Claremore. By the way, Big Elk TV tomorrow, you can watch that softball game. It's been changed. Different opponent and a different time. It's at 10 o'clock from the Inola tournament tomorrow, 10 a.m. against Berryhill. So you can check out the Elk City Elkettes hanging out in Claremore. Appreciate them watching. Our first international text of the year, Clint Clark, watching the game. And do you think this is a humble brag? From Banff Lake in Canada.
Where is that?
I think it's a pretty nice spot.
It sounds nice.
In Canada. You've got Piper Daniel and Campbell Garbarino watching from the living room in North Elk City. Cooper's watching from Fayetteville, Arkansas. The Embreys checking in from Campus Corner in Norman. I like that.
You know, speaking of text, I showed you earlier, I got a text from Norman, and it already looks like that place is rocking for tomorrow's big game.
Also, we got Willa Mae and Waylon, and I wish I knew their cousin's name, watching from Aunt Cassie's house in Goldsby.
Very good.
So that's what I've got on my phone for the gas text line.
Okay, let me do some things here, and let's look at the text line, 580-225-9698. Still time to give us a shout-out. And we got the Burtons, and particularly Reese Burton from home. He's icing and elevating his knee.
Oh, by the way, Madeline and Max are Aunt Cassie's children. Hello, Madeline and Max. Glad you're watching.
So let's go Big Elks. Like it. Watching from the North Fork of the Red River, eating fried fish. Very good. Mrs. Snyder and her girls watching from home. Go Big Elks. Courtney says go Tucker. Watching from Farmington, New Mexico. Go Big Elks. Jane Jackson, turn up, buddy. From Ethan Collier. Offensive line needs a push. Wish they still had that line from 22-23. Probably shouldn't have read that.
Oh, no, it's fine.
Lane and Alyssa Hargrove from North Carolina supporting Kai Brott. The Joys watching from Piedmont and Edmond. Grandpa Dave tuned in from Gaylord, Michigan. Go number 3. Mrs. Stover and Dr. Stover watching from home. Love those senior Elks. And the Boston on bass drum. Cool. from the 918. Shout out from Randall and Jan Burton from Tyler, Texas. Big second half from the Big Elks. I agree. Love you, Logan. Hopefully we can turn it around. I'm sure they will. Gabe and Janice Webb from Tacoma, Washington. Carsey Kennedy, Kara, and Dion watching from Elk City. Go number 44. Catch Garrett. Did I get them all covered?
I think it may have clicked. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. We got the buoys.
Saw Will yesterday.
Will. Buoys watching from the ranch south of Leedy. Will, I might need your help Monday morning. Give me a call. Senora Simon and family watching from home. Sean and Gina Wilson watching in the living room on the big screen. Loving the sideline cam. Also, Lowen and Roe Richardson from Elk City. Go Big Elks. And that's what we got.
Our man Monty Tucker listening in from a dusty field sowing wheat. Go get them, Elks. I love it.
Someone's asking you, if they listen to Skinny on Sports, they know this answer. Has Skinny made his picks? If so, did he take Tennessee?
No.
You
I did not.
You're going with the upset.
I did not. I picked Oklahoma State. I think I said 27-17 Pokes, and I think I said Oklahoma would win, 21-17 maybe? 20-17. It was something
in that realm.
Something in that realm.
Yep.
Defensive close battle.
Yep.
RD and Lisa watching from home.
From my personal text line from my oldest daughter, Katie, says, we are watching from the living room. Mom didn't know the number. Well, you got my number, baby. That's fine. It works.
Hey, as long as you know a number, I think it'll work. Oh, somebody else just fired in.
Well,
hate to miss the ones at the end. We still got plenty of time. Denny, make sure we don't miss.
I do want to say love you, Katie. Love you, James. And love you, Allie. Thanks for texting in and listening and watching. The Hewlin family watching from the Nissan Armada. So that could be anywhere.
Mobile.
They're gone mobile.
The Mannings are on the shop porch. Big second half coming. Let's go.
I think so.
Wonder if I'm going to see him tomorrow over at Sayre at the golf course. Day-night tournament. By the way, speaking, I know we had Willa Mae and them earlier. Happy Lordy, look who's 40 to Jenna's sister Ashley.
Oh, very good. You're in trouble now.
That's all right. Yeah, Ronnie and the Reds are watching. Ronnie's still making putts, I'm sure. Guaranteed. Go Aiden from New Mexico. Mom, Melody, Emily, and Evelyn.
I can't give it away. Tell you what, we owe a sponsor a break because it didn't play. The audio didn't play. We got 5.5 minutes.
Hang on. Let's wait on Zachariah.
Oh, of course.
I thought he was walking right here. Here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes.
Okay.
I saw the Elks starting to make their way back on the field. We'll wait on Coach Maynard.
We'll see if I can do this without cutting out.
Yeah, listen, you're a long ways over there. I think it's actually done pretty well.
I think so too. You've made adjustments.
He saw you and turned around.
Hey, you just got offered a OU ticket though.
I did?
You did.
I can't.
Coach Green said he can't play. Nobody wants it.
I cannot make it.
Yeah.
Well, if he wants to take my place at a softball game or two, I'd be willing to go.
That's what he asked me. He said, you want it? I was like, I got softball. Speaking of that, our junior high Elks won 2 today in their softball tournament, so they get a matchup against Canute tomorrow in the semifinals.
Hey, we got a taker up here for that ticket. Cade said he's in.
I'll tell him wherever he went.
Cade said he's in. David Jones watching. Oh, Dave. What a good dude. We're just kind of wasting time here. How long is that break going to be?
Okay, here comes Coach Maynard.
Here he comes. All right, we'll kick it down to our chiropractic co-sideline reporter, Denny Gino, with head coach Zach Maynard of the Elks.
I'm here with head coach, Coach Maynard. We're having a little bit of trouble here, so I'm going to try to hold this thing up in front of you. So we're down 2 touchdowns, but it looks like, the fire and the emotion on the sideline just not there. But all it takes is just a little bit to get back. What did you say to the kids at halftime to try to get them fired back up to go play the second half?
Yeah, I think that, we were flat in warm-ups. We were flat, I thought, really in the first quarter. And then, we did some good things, but really right now it's one or two guys just busting, and it's really kicking our tail whenever we bust. And when we do it right, when all 11 guys do it right, it looks pretty good. But when one guy does something he's not supposed to do, or doesn't block who he's supposed to block, or read who he's supposed to read, then it puts us all in a bind. So, obviously we're going to get that fixed. We got that fixed at halftime, and I think coming out of the locker room, I think we came out with a little more juice. I think we're a little more ready to go play.
Okay, Coach, I appreciate it.
Head coach Zach Maynard with our chiropractic coach, sideline reporter Denny Jean. All right, let's take that break. When we come back, we'll have the third quarter kicking off. The Elks trail 14-0 to Joshua, Texas. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football.
Derek Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Call State Farm agent Daniel Garbarino in Elk City today.
It's an evening like any other evening. Kids are being kids. Work is being work. But none of this bothers you because the air feels so good at home.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, now headquartered in Elk City. They're your carrier dealer, servicing all brands. Call Wyatt or Tom at 580-225-6518 or stop by 317 North Van Buren in Elk City.
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace, because at Ace, the perfect grill comes with free assembly, delivery, and fuel, like the Weber Gas Grill, Big Green Egg Charcoal Grill, Traeger Wood Pellet Grill, and Blackstone Gas Griddle. You won't find all these premium brands and service at a warehouse store, only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Owners George and Jim Bob Browning invite you to visit the locally owned Ace Home Centers nearest you or shop online at elksupply.com.
Are headaches, migraines, or dizziness interrupting your life?
Are you an expectant mother or have young children in need of specialized care?
At the Chiropractic Co., we have solutions for you. I'm Dr. Brooks, and I specialize in upper cervical care to treat whiplash, post-concussive syndromes, and complex neurological conditions.
And I'm Dr. Michaela, and I offer gentle, effective care for babies, mamas, and young kids. Come find relief and support for your whole family at the Chiropractic Co.
Just call us today at 580-339-8078 or visit thechiropractic.co.
Endurance Federal Credit Union supports Elk City schools, and now you can too with the Elk City Elks debit card. With every swipe, a percentage goes to help our schools. Stop by 105 Regional Drive next to Walmart in Elk City for all the details. You're just a swipe away from making a huge difference. Endurance Federal Credit Union is insured by NCUA and Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium at Burke Burnett, Texas. Just about ready to go for the third quarter of the Elk City Elks trail the Joshua, Texas Owls by a score of 14-0. Appreciate American Host and Supply for the halftime show, gas for the stats, for the text line, and also those Shannon's Custom Paint and Body scores from around the state. The Elks will receive the opening kickoff. And after a first half that saw them gain 63 total yards of offense, commit 3 turnovers, obviously they're going to have to do better than that in order to get back into this game and maybe hand Joshua their first loss of the season. The Owls came in 3-0 for the first time since 2003. They haven't made a playoff run since 1996. On the other side, the Elks are going through a really nice stretch of football. They made the playoffs 4 straight times. For the third time in school history. Five in a row is a record. It's happened twice. From 1970 through 1974, then also from 1995 through 1999.
You know, as doom and gloom as it feels, it's only a 2-score deficit. You know, it's a matter of a good return here, seeing if we made some halftime adjustments, taking this third opening second half drive and scoring, and all of a sudden that momentum is suddenly switched. And maybe that's all we're looking for. We're still looking for that Culver electrifying play of the game, and I got a good feeling we're going to see it earlier than what we expect here in this half. I think we're okay. Just a matter. I mean, that's really. And Denny, he's down there right in it. It's just a matter of somebody is lighting a fire down there.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that. The stands aren't like what they are. There's not a home game. Neither team has a home game, and so it's not as loud. But you gotta go get yourself going.
Seahigh has the kick. He's trying to cross right to left across the field as he got it on the near sideline almost, looking for some room to run out the middle. He's slung to the ground at the Elk City 26-yard line. So we'll take 1st and 10 Elks at their own 26. Just underway third quarter, 14-0 Joshua. Texas leads the Elk City Elks.
We need to take this drive, and we need to prolong it. Golly, this mic is wearing me out.
Yeah.
We got to prolong a drive and eat the clock up and just keep moving the ball.
The Elks will come out. Acosta, the center. Sean and Cobb, the 2 guards. Muse, McQuestion, the 2 tackles. Tied in and a fullback set up on the right side of the formation. Now they'll switch to the left with the receiver out to each side. Webb in the shotgun takes the snap. He'll pitch it out. Ball's loose, and it's going to be the exact opposite thing that you wanted to see from the Elks. He was trying to pitch it to James Harrell and give him some room to run. Instead, he couldn't handle the pitch, and the Elks turn it over at their own 20. Big Marquise Wilson recovers the 4th turnover by the Elk City Elks offense.
It's a nightmare. I mean, you will absolutely not have a chance to win if you turn the ball over 4 times.
So now the defense has to bow their neck. 1st and 10 Joshua, the Big Elk 20. Flexbone formation.
We're missing a nose guard.
Beltran takes the snap, handoff up the middle to Solis. A nice tackle there by Easton Sloan after a gain of 3 to the 17.
That's pretty good. They only got like 4, and we only had 10 out of nose guard. So, I mean, that's exactly what I've kind of been saying. I mean, that's a senior kid, and you're coming out of the locker room and you don't know we're on defense. I mean, emotion-wise and stuff. It's just.
Easton's trying to get him fired up after he made that tackle. So 2nd down and 7 for Joshua at the Big Elk 17. They're in no hurry, looking to go up 3 scores. Beltran, the quarterback, under center. Sends Payne in motion. He's going to pitch it to him, running left. Nice job on the outside by the Elks, and a good stick there as both Church and also Wynn make the tackle after a gain of 2 to the 15. They're going to give me the 14, but Payne is writhing on the ground after getting hit hard there.
Clean. Oh, yeah. It
was it Wynn, 21?
No, I think it was
Church.
Church who got him in the lower back, cleaning up the
I think the cleanup hit is what got him. I think Jaden made first contact.
No, Jaden made the first contact. It was Church who came in, tried to help him out, and inadvertently, might add, hit him on the lower back. Oh, man, I'm 41. I got back pains, and I can't imagine. That hurts.
That's going to be in the running for the Barber Dyson Ford tough hit of the game. Bruce Barber, David, and Corbin Dyson experience the Barber Dyson difference.
We're not short on Barber Dyson hits of the game candidates. We've been hitting hard.
Yeah, every now and again.
Well, and I will tell you after that, at least we saw Jeremiah jumped up, throwing. I mean he's running over to some of the guys and grabbing them and slapping hands, and Jaden was doing it, Colin was doing it. So you got to turn some of those things, to get this thing turned around. So
everybody's taking a knee as they work on Braden Payne, senior wingback for the Joshua Owls. We played a minute here in the third quarter. The Elks fumbled the opening snap of the third. Joshua's ran 3 plays, gained 6 yards. They'll have 3rd down and 4 from the Elk City 14 when we get back to play, as they're examining Braden Payne, and now they're going to call for.
If we need to take a timeout, we can.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a WTC timeout as they. I don't know, man. This is not looking good. Let's take a WTC timeout. 14-0 Joshua leads the Big Elks. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football.
Eric Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay. And this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Call State Farm agent Daniel Garbarino in Elk City today.
It's an evening like any other evening. Kids are being kids. Work is being work. But none of this bothers you because the air feels so good at home.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, now headquartered in Elk City. They're your carrier dealer, servicing all brands. Call Wyatt or Tom at 580-225-6518 or stop by 317 North Van Buren in Elk City.
Looking for the perfect grill? Find yours at Ace, because at Ace, the perfect grill comes with free assembly, delivery, and fuel, like the Weber Gas Grill, Big Green Egg Charcoal Grill, Traeger Wood Pellet Grill, and Blackstone Gas Griddle. You won't find all these premium brands and service at a warehouse store, only at your neighborhood Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with service so good it's guaranteed.
Owners George and Jim Bob Browning invite you to visit the locally owned Ace Home Centers nearest you, or shop online at elksupply.com.
Are headaches, migraines, or dizziness interrupting your life?
Are you an expectant mother or have young children in need of specialized care?
At the Chiropractic Co., we have solutions for you. I'm Dr. Brooks, and I specialize in upper cervical care to treat whiplash, post-concussive syndromes, and complex neurological conditions.
And I'm Dr. Michaela, and I offer gentle, effective care for babies, mamas, and young kids. Come find relief and support for your whole family at the Chiropractic Co.
Just call us today at 580-339-8078 or visit thechiropractic.co.
So you want to create your future, discover a path worth traveling down, find a career to get excited about. For decades, Western Tech has been training talented, skilled individuals, empowering them to step into a career that fuels not only their life, but the Oklahoma workforce. These individuals are the heartbeat of this state's economy. Individuals just like you. Create your future today at Western Tech.
There have been times when the folks at RE/MAX may have actually lost business because of their honesty. Real estate's a pretty competitive field, but RE/MAX won't throw elbows or fudge the truth. Sounds pretty simple, but they were raised to be nice people. That's helped them buy and sell a lot of property for customers. Of course, it also helps that RE/MAX is the #1 most recognized real estate brand in the world. RE/MAX All-American Realty in Elk City. Take a look at their Facebook page. Sometimes nice guys do finish first.
Great Plains Analytical Services salutes all of the young men and women in the Elk City school system, and they urge each of them to apply the philosophy of all gas, no brakes to their academic studies, their fine arts performances, and their athletic contests, and hopes they carry this right on into their adult lives. GAS also sincerely thanks Elk City school board members for their service and the teachers, coaches, and administrators for their leadership. Let's all work together to make Elk City and America great again.
Somber sight here right now on the field at Bulldog Stadium in Burke Burnett, Texas, as Braden Payne is receiving medical attention after that tackle at the 14-yard line. They brought out a, what do you call that? The gurney? Not the gurney. I don't know.
It's like a back stretcher.
Like a stretcher,
backboard,
they got him down on the backboard, and they're going to put him up on the stretcher. The ambulance is there. So I'll tell you what, let's step aside again.
And real quick, for those wondering, we don't like to show this on screen. If you're watching on Big Oak TV, you're probably wondering. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not
just
on there. Good job, Kenny. Good job by Kenny to get the camera off that. Let's take another break. We'll let this happen, and then we'll come back as they do lift him up on the stretcher to put him in the ambulance. The Elks trail 14-0 a minute into the third quarter. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Elk City football.
At Bank of Western Oklahoma, we know what it takes to keep your farm running smoothly. Our experienced lenders understand agriculture and offer competitive loans for real estate, livestock, equipment, and more. We are locally owned and invested in our communities, making decisions that benefit you quickly. Bank of Western Oklahoma, the bank that works as hard as you do. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
From dozer work to hauling dirt and gravel, Anadarko Dozer and Trucking gets the job done. We don't take shortcuts, and we don't back down from a challenge. With a team that digs in deep and delivers results, we handle the toughest projects with grit and determination. When you need it done right, call Anadarko Dozer and Trucking. We move mountains to make it happen.
Hi, my name is Brad O'Hara. My wife Tony and our family live in western Oklahoma, just as the 4 generations of family have before us. We definitely understand the ups and downs of our economy and the way it affects us all. At Brad O'Hara Insurance, we are here to get you the biggest bang for your buck. We have multiple coverage options available and very competitive rates for youthful drivers. Problems with your driving history? Having trouble getting coverage? I'm betting we can help. Give us a call at 225-4040 and let us help. We're on your side.
If you don't have motor oils or filters, your equipment's not going to run. If you got something broke, you need a bolt for it. You got to have that stuff. You got to have your greases to keep everything running good. Camrock is the name of the company. We've got what you need for your agriculture or oil field industry, whatever you need.
Your farmer need a hose built. You can come in, we'll build it. Oil field customer will come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. American Hose and Supply in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
It's 2111 South Main, Elk City.
At Shannon's Custom Paint and Body, we take pride in our local community and have faithfully served Oklahoma and Texas over the last 30 years. Our vehicles play an important role in our lives, commuting to work, our kids' sporting events, visiting family, vacations, etc. Our mission is to repair your vehicle honestly and efficiently, meeting or surpassing our customers' expectations, getting your vehicle back to pre-accident condition or better. We want to serve you as our Savior Jesus Christ would. In Matthew 11:28 and 30, Jesus says, "Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." We hope to offer our customers the same relief in times of need.
Welcome back here to Bulldog Stadium. Quick prayer for, if that's the type of thing you do, and you should, for Braden Payne as he is being ushered off the field in the ambulance after taking that hit at the 14-yard line. You never want to see that whatsoever. And so now, you got to think about this, guys. In a game that didn't have much emotion anyhow, it's going to be hard for either one of these teams to kind of get back after it.
Yeah.
After seeing a scene like that. You never want to see that by anybody, and that's just that's a sad thing.
It's a very eye-opening situation. Makes you realize it's just a game.
3rd and 4 for Joshua at the Big Elk 14. In motion goes Martinez. Hand off to Hollis. He has a huge hole up the middle. Touchdown-saving tackle made by Graham Easton and also Easton Sloan. But they needed 4. They got 7. Solace 1st and goal for Joshua at the Big Elk 7-yard line. 10:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Owls looking to go up 3 scores over the Elks with a touchdown here. Beltran under center. In motion is Martinez. Handed off to Sala. He's got a hole. Nice tackle from the backside there. Was it Garza that made the tie, or was it Eastham again? I couldn't tell.
It was
Eastham.
It was Colin Church.
Colin Church. Oh, okay, so I couldn't see anybody get up the pile. Gain to the 4th or the 3. 2nd and goal. They're going to run
hit him
right up the middle. The ball is
coming out.
Nice job. Yeah, I thought the ball was loose, but a great job there. As the Elks knock him back to the 5-yard line. Loss of 2 for Solace.
The coaches are over here changing the defensive call. They haven't seen this. This tight end set. They wanted to run something different.
So 3rd and goal from the 5, and Joshua. Here's what you got to do to get a false start call. He has to take 8 steps and block somebody into the end zone.
It took about 4 before he threw the flag.
So a false start on the Anadarko Dozer flag on the field for Joshua, and what looked like it might be a pretty easy jaunt into the end zone now turns into 3rd and goal back at the Big Elk 10.
When you're studied, have you seen if they have a kicker?
Smith has kicked extra points well.
Yep.
He's not bad. He's just not a lot of depth.
In motion comes Kreiner. Pitch sweep running left. Bowie takes the wrong angle. Kreiner cuts inside, and it's going to be a touchdown. Cole had it sniffed out, but he didn't take the right angle. Kreiner scores from 10 yards out, and Joshua leads 20-0 with the extra point pending.
Opportunity with that false start. Just a bad angle. Coupled with speed. He had some speed when he got that edge.
Smith on to attempt the extra point. Joshua leads 20-0. Good snap, hold, kick. Looks right down the middle and is. 21-0. The Owls of Joshua lead the Elks of Elk City with 9:29 to play on the Ace Home Center scoreboard clock here in the third quarter. So all that positivity we were talking about, maybe the Elks figuring out how to do, instead they fumble the first play, and then Joshua runs it in from 20 yards out to lead by 3 scores.
Well, and like I said, right before that injury, defense was hopping around, slapping hands, and then, like you said, that literally just took anything that was in the stadium out because both sides were quiet. Both sides took a knee and prayed, and, the energy kind of left. But they've got to figure it out. They've got to be able to step back in there and get the energy back up.
At some point, you start to wonder to yourself, after seeing what we saw with that injury, when do you kind of just go, you know what, next week matters a whole heck of a lot more than this week does, and we need to be as healthy as we can possibly be with district play starting against Cache?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I would like to see them come out and get some positives
first
and change the mindset right here before anything else happens.
Absolutely. I think you're right. Smith high, short. C-High's got it at the 21. Colton steps aside one tackle, and then he just snowed under there at the 30. Rushing down there and making the play that time was Pigg. John Pigg, junior linebacker, on the tackle. So the Elks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, trailing 21-0 with 9:25 left to play here in the third quarter. Still looking for the McDonald's player of the game, the Culver electrifying play. Of course, the Barbara Dyson Ford tough hit. Got a bunch of candidates for that. You're right, Jared. The game, you're down 21-0. There have been some pretty good shots.
They're laying some wood, trying to create that momentum. We're still trying to find that spark.
First down, low snap, handoff to Garza. Tucker picks away up the middle, pushes the pile forward, crossing the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 3 on first down for Tucker.
Tucker slow to get up. He had a lot of white jersey on him, mainly number 5.
Yeah, Marquise Wilson there on the tackle again.
Well, when you've got offensive linemen getting up off the ground, there was 2 of them piled together that had brown jerseys on, and there was no white jerseys around, so there's extra guys running after Tucker. We're just not doing a very good job of staying on blocks.
2nd down and 7 for the Elks at their own 33. Shotgun formation. Webb awaits the snap. Has it. Looks out quickly into the flat. Now he takes off running to the near side. 35. Tries to run a man over. Good tackle in the open field by Dre Wilson. And now we got a little extracurricular over there as Cotton Sean and Gavin McManus get tied up. They separate before any Anadarko Dozer flags fly. A gain for Webb there of 5 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 2.
That's a good little read right there, knowing when to tuck it and go on the opposite side. Had everybody moving that way.
Mm-hmm. They've done that a lot. There hasn't been any threat on the backside, so they're just screaming towards the ball carrier.
Yeah, I love to see that trap play return.
3rd down and 2 from the 38. Webb in motion, or in the shotgun, pump fakes, just kind of flips it like a baseball or like a basketball, like shot it out there. And now we've got a flag flying after a loss of 3 to Cole Bowie. Something happened after the play.
This is where we got to keep cooler heads.
They had a guy, I don't know if they're going to call it spearing or they're just going to call it personal foul, but he came in, lowered his head, and tried to, once the ball carrier's down, just try to get a free shot.
And here's the thing. We're a handful of plays away from an injury. That sent a player to leave in an ambulance.
Well, you can't quit playing.
Well,
if you're going to be out there, you have to play hard.
I
mean,
understand that, but taking the late hit, knowing the play's dead and you're spearing, going in there on a personal foul.
That just happens when you're trying harder than the other team. It's our first RE/MAX All-American Realty first down of the half via the penalty. First and 10 Elks at midfield. Snap back, handoff Garza trying to bounce to the outside. Flag flies. Garza snowed under after no gain.
There's nowhere to run right there.
So the Anadarko Dozer flag on the field is a personal foul chop block against the Elks. So the teams trade personal fouls. The one thing that did result for the Elks was a first down. But now it'll be 1st and 25 back at their own 30. Two receivers near side, one to the far. Logan in the shotgun with Garza on his right hip. Snap. Webb fires it over the middle. Finds Jeremiah. Jeremiah held up and then hit hard. They give him the 40, but a flag flies, and it's going to be offensive pass interference. He turned around and was wide open. That's what it's going to be. Are you kidding me? I guess Jeremiah. Oh, no, illegal man downfield. Let's say Jeremiah just turned around.
Yeah.
So it's a gain of 4 to the 39. They decline the penalty. And it'll be 2nd down at 21 for the Elks. $7:18 to play here in the third quarter. 21-0 Joshua. The Elks looking to get something going on the offensive side of the football. They break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. Shotgun formation. Bowie and Jackson near side. Josie far side. Low snap. Logan's got it. Rolls to the right. Looks down the field. Fires it out of bounds. As Jackson now shoved into the bench by Jackson Wells. You can see Jeremiah looking at him like, come on, bro. The ball was in the stands.
A low snap kind of messed up the timing. And again, he was rushing or running from Owls. Not a lot of protection up front.
3rd down and 21 for the Elks at their own 39-yard line. Webb in the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Garza. Garza going to be knocked down to the ground by Maddox Caffey immediately as soon as he touched it. Now Webb goes to the white hat and is arguing something. I have no idea what, but he was adamant about something there with the official. Lost back to the 36 of 3, and it's 4th down. I can tell you one thing. Cotton Sean is a mad young man over there on the far sideline. Frustration mounting for the Elks. Josie to punt. They touched his helmet, and it's not going to be offsides. Good punt by Josie. Down inside the 20, still rolling end over end, and it's going to make its way to the 15-yard line.
We used to run what was called like tackle around, and you'd hand off the tackle coming around the backside.
Yeah.
I'd almost do that right now because sometimes our linemen are 15 yards downfield and they haven't touched the sole. And our run get nailed behind the line of scrimmage. Russell Burton will remember that one because Damon Bagme was the lineman.
Joe Strother jumped offside, used the helmet of one of the Elks to gain his balance, and they took it off. But you know what? It's probably a great thing that wasn't a penalty because it was an awesome punt. From the 36 all the way down to the 15-yard line, that's 49 yards.
You know, at this point right here, you got to see some emotion. You got to see some fire. You know, get some stops. just get a little bit of life back in you because you're fixing to get in district play, and you got to be ready to go.
McQuestion had Solace in the backfield. He hung on to him. Actually, that's Martinez, excuse me, Eli. And now you've got Martinez is shoving Garza. So McQuestion and Garza combined to make the tackle. And now we've got an Anadarko Dozer flag on the field. Martinez has shoved Tucker Garza when they got up. So they call offsetting penalties. It's a gain of 2 for Eli Martinez, 2nd and 8.
We must have said something.
Well, they said personal foul, not unsportsmanlike. So that means it should have been contact, right? 2nd and 8 for Joshua at their own 17-yard line. Handoff to Martinez, looking for some room to run on the right, and he's going to be knocked down to the ground.
Great tackle by Colin.
Colin Church called his name a bunch. Another 2-yard gain. It's 3rd and 6. Nobody's covering the guy out here. And here comes James. To you guys' point, in order to gain any sort of momentum in this game, the Elks could use a Brad O stop right here.
Absolutely.
3rd and 6, Joshua at their own 19. Beltran turns, handoff, Martinez. Nope, it's going to be Beltran. And, oh, he's hit hard as he crosses the 20.
Looks like a shorter yard.
Yeah, the 22 needed to get to the 25, yeah. So nice tackle there again after that. Colin again making the tackle as you see our Circle A sideline cam. Nick Smith back in punt formation. The Elks get a Brad O defensive stop.
And that's exactly what we needed right there. There's a little bit of fire in this defense. We need to just get a stop. And
Smith to Bowie. Bowie kind of bobbled the catch. Has it at the 40. Trying to split tacklers at the 45. Does. And now he's shoved to the ground after he's tackled again. It's getting chippy. The Elks have got to maintain their composure.
They almost outcooked their coverage, and Bowie knew it. Tried to catch it, or tried to run it without catching it. You've heard that term a lot in all sports. Had to come back and get it, and that allowed the defense to come back and get them. The special teams from Joshua.
It's a good field position, though, at the 45-yard line of the Big Elks, setting up shot 1st and 10 with 4:24 to play in the 3rd quarter, trailing 21-0. Sloan will split to the right in the slot. Jeremiah just off the hip of the tackle. And now here comes Church at the tight end. Snap. Pitch sweep running right is going to be Jaden Wynn. He cuts it inside, has about 4 yards, and now Marquise Wilson slings him forward for another yard.
And what do you see there getting up off the pile? You see Lyman that are there right there with them, driving and staying on blocks.
He marked.
You get a positive gain.
It's a gain of about 5.5 on 1st down for Wynn as Caffey holding his right bicep comes off. Hate to see that for, actually he's limping off. That's 32 for Joshua. Dylan Spawn. Handoff, Wynn trying to bust it to the outside, cuts it back inside, makes one man miss, but there's Gavin McManus slinging him down back at the 49, a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Can't tell, are we just giving up on the block once the ball carrier, in this case Wynn, goes by him? So when he cut back, everybody seemed beat.
I will say our center, I can't remember his
Adrian.
name. Okay, yeah. He was on his block and had number 5, who he was blocking, had him about 3 yards pushed back. But he was staying on his block. We just got to get that all the way across the line.
3rd down and 6 for the Elks at their own 49-yard line. Webb in the shotgun. Bad snap. Picks it up. Now he looks to run. He's going to be slung to the ground from behind by Jackson Wells for a loss of 4, or loss of 2, I guess. They're going to give him the 47. But it's 4th down and punting time again for the Elk City Elks.
Aiden Muse gets his helmet ripped off, and he throws his hands up. He turns to the officials, and they just keep on moving. Think that would be hands to the face, or
something illegal?
It's got to be something, right? helmets usually don't just pop off. Offensive lineman.
So it'll be Josie to punt, standing at his own 34. Double receivers back there this time for Joshua. Low liner, skips at the 25, taken at the 25. Hesitation, and there's Noble. Peyton Noble is going to be tackled there by Braulio Luna. The kicker makes the tackle on special teams at about the 33-yard line. 2:18 to play in the third quarter. 21-0 Joshua, Texas leads the Elk City Elks. Be back at home next week. District opener against the Cash Bulldogs. Bulldogs. I bet they're ready to quit playing Bulldogs. They were taking one on the chin at Sulphur tonight. 56-0 right before half. 62 now. In motion comes Kreiner, hand up the middle to Martinez. Martinez stacked up there by Church, and Eastham comes in there as long as DeJohn Jackson as well. But not before he pushes the pile forward for a gain of 5 out to the 38.
To your point earlier, I was kind of wondering what's going on with that Cash game. With that score got so inflated so quick in that first half. If they just said, hey, forget it, this is not a district game. We got a very, very good Big Elk team next week.
Well, I will tell you that I knew that they had a different quarterback. They had a whole bunch of injuries going into that game that I think that they'll be missing also this next week.
Second down and 5. Back to pass is going to be Beltran looking in the near side. Incomplete. Intended for Cody Rogers. He had Graham beat to the outside, but the pass just off his fingertips. Incomplete. We'll get a 3rd and 5. Braulio coming in to play some defensive end.
I was going to say, it looks like we've done a little bit different. We've got 3 down linemen and 2 defensive ends standing up. So it looks like we got a 5 front right now. And it seems to be working the second half. Even though they marched down that one, I don't think we had changed it yet.
Yeah, they got it. Well, they got it at the 20. 3rd and 5. Snap back, pitch to the left. Bobble in the catch. The Elks trying to make the play before it's the first down. I think they do. The 42. Oh, they gave him the 43. First down.
I think that was just enough misdirection to keep your safeties deeper, get a little longer to get there.
Easton Sloan made the tackle right at the first down marker, but 1st and 10 for Joshua. Minute 29 left in the third quarter, 21-0. The Owls of Joshua lead the Big Elks on the Ace Home Center scoreboard. Ace the helpful place. Beltran under center, sends Kreiner in motion, pitches it to him, running right. The Elks trying to string it out. Garza does a nice job. They missed the fill. As it was Church, just missed him at the line of scrimmage, and Kreiner ends up crossing the 50 down to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on first down for the Joshua Owls.
So far up here, I can tell the second guy missed him too.
Joshua kind of goes quick this time, trying to get the Elks to jump offside. The Elks don't, and so they'll look to the sideline to get a play.
I'm sure we saw that on film where they just walk up to the line and hard count and never got the play. So apparently we did a pretty good job defensive-wise on that. 2nd
down and 3. Handoff up the middle is Martinez. Makes one man miss. Spins out of a tackle at the 45. Forward to about the 40. Gain of 8. And another first down for Joshua. Probably one more play in this third quarter before we head to the Four Seasons Heat and Air 4th. Clock stopped at 40. Now it's kind of jumping around. But they're going to have to snap it 10 seconds. Play clock ahead 10 seconds of the game clock.
Better hurry.
Beltran under center with 4 on the play clock, running the option to the left. He just tucks it down as the Elks play that one very, very well. No gain for Beltran, and that's the end of the third quarter. We'll head to the Four Seasons Heat and Air 4th. The Elk City Elks trail the Joshua Owls 21-0. Come back for fourth quarter action. The Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Big Elk football.
Hi, my name is Brad O'Hara. My wife Tony and our family live in western Oklahoma, just as the 4 generations of family have before us. We definitely understand the ups and downs of our economy and the way it affects us all. At Brad O'Hara Insurance, we are here to get you the biggest bang for your buck. We have multiple coverage options available and very competitive rates for youthful drivers. Problems with your driving history, having trouble getting coverage? I'm betting we can help. Give us a call at 225-4040 and let us help. We're on your side.
It's an evening like any other evening. Kids are being kids. Work is being work. But none of this bothers you, because the air feels so good at home.
Four Seasons Heating and Air, now headquartered in Elk City. They're your carrier dealer, servicing all brands. Call Wyatt or Tom at 580-225-6518 or stop by 317 North Van Buren in Elk City.
Eric, fourth quarter. Four Seasons Heat and Air, fourth quarter about to start. Joshua's second down and about 10 at the Big Elk 40. Handoff up the middle. Martinez makes one man miss, sheds another tackle, looking toward the first down marker. He's hit hard, a yard short. A gain of 9, and it's 3rd and 1.
Got Braulio Luna up on the D-line still. Jackson.
Yep.
Trying to remember his name. His brother's.
It's Dijon, isn't it?
Yeah. His brother's Damon. That's all I could. Was Damon. Couldn't think of Dijon.
3rd down and a yard for Joshua. Handoff to Martinez, skips through a tackle, bowls over a guy at the 40, breaks another one, and it's a touchdown for Eli Martinez as he outraces Easton. Nope, they call him out at the 2. Great job by Easton Sloan continuing to play and not just allowing Martinez to score from 32 yards out.
You know, we talk a lot of times about receivers blocking downfield. Their number 10, I got Lyles just blocked 2 guys with one hit and freed him for the long run.
So it's 1st and goal, Joshua at the Big Elk 2, just underway in the fourth quarter. It's already 21-0 Owls. Beltran, quarterback sneak, just dives in the end zone. Very little resistance there from the Big Elk defense, and it's 27-0 Joshua with the extra point pending. Yeah, guys running off the field with their helmets off. This is just hasn't been very good. Good snap, hold down, kick up. Dijon almost got over and blocked that one, but it was good. Oh, no good? No, I thought they said good. It is. 28-0. Endurance Federal Credit Union extra point is good. As the Elks unable to get anything going here tonight against this 5A Texas squad that's going to move to 4-0 on the year.
You know, this could be the turning factor of the season right here. You've got a very large senior group, and they come together and decide, hey, we're going to fight through the rest of this game, or it's going to end up being a long season for them. And, you know, I've coached a lot of these kids for a long time, and I know the type of mentality they have. But this isn't a good look. I mean, it's definitely not a good look, and it falls back on the seniors.
Let's pause 10 seconds, station ID. This is Big Elk Football.
You're listening to Big Elk Sports on 94.3 KXOO Elk City, Cool 94.
Welcome back to Burke Burnett Bulldog Stadium. Joshua, Texas, hammering the Elks tonight, 28-0 with 49 seconds gone here in the Four Seasons Heat and Air fourth quarter. Still looking for McDonald's player of the game. Culver, electrifying play. The Barbara Dyson Ford tough hit. Nick Smith, another Elite Aesthetics kickoff. This time left to right, north to south into the breeze. That looks like it's dwindled just a little bit since we got here. Sea High's got a bunch of opportunities so far, and Looks
Gets
like
another
he's
one.
going to get another one. Running, catches it at the 30, drops it, ball's loose. Did Joshua get it? Looks like they did. Hitting right in the face mask, it looked like. So the Elks turn it over on the pooch kick. And Joshua's got it 1st and 10 at the Big Elk 32.
I guess that's the positive you can take away from it, Denny, is just circle this one and tell your guys, hey, this could make or break your season. This means nothing in the grand scheme of things.
Well,
but something.
And these coaches on the sideline, they're trying hard to get some blood flow, get them just some excitement or whatever. But
right.
it's hard to put into words.
1st and 10, Joshua at the 32. Handoff up the middle, Solace. Nice job there as Jaden Wynn and Easton Sloan combined to make the tackle after a gain of 2 to the 30. Solace, the fullback. Wingbacks are Kreiner and also Martinez. The Elks, that's a false start. DeJean jumped across because he saw the false start against Joshua.
The official threw that flag right on top of DeJean, too. It's like on his shoulder.
Another Anadarko Dozer flag on the play for the false start against Joshua, backing him up to the 35-yard line. We're able to bring up a 2nd down and 13 for the Owls. Beltran under center. Wingback formation. Kind of looks back. I don't think he ever heard the whistle blow. Since Kreiner in motion, pitches it to him on the left side. The Elks trying to track it down. Garza does, wrapping him up after he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard downhill from that. Gain of 4, and it's 3rd down and 9.
You know, something they are doing. I'm trying to keep everything pointing towards you guys. Something they are doing, and they're getting to our linebackers. It keeps them flowing and scraping. You know, if you want to be a good offensive team, you've got to block the front line first, which is the down tackles. But to be a really good team, you got to be getting to the linebackers and blocking, and that's what they're doing to us right now.
3rd down and 9 at the 32-yard line. Beltran back to pass, looking down the middle of the field. He's got a man wide open in the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, Cody Rogers. "31-yard pass completion on 3rd and 9 for a touchdown, almost doubling their offensive yardage created through the air in the first 3 games on one play. He just went right through the middle of the Big Elk secondary, and nobody ran with him. 34-0.
Okay, how I said that you want to see some positive, I think these guys' time's over. It's time to get somebody else in because these guys aren't going to give you anything positive. They just watched the guy run right by them.
Extra point is good.
You get some of these young guys in, get them some experience going into playoffs.
35-0 on the Ace Home Center scoreboard. The lead for Joshua over the Elks. .938 left to play here in the 4th.
What have we had? 6 turnovers?
5.
5. I knew it was. I mean, it doesn't seem like we've been on offense the second half.
We haven't. We fumbled it on the first play. We ran one drive. We got stopped. And then we fumbled the kickoff, right?
I know there was another 3 and out in there, but it seems like there was one more fumble or something in there too. But
Smith to kick, Seahigh to return.
I know you can score points from the defense side of the ball, but it's a whole lot harder than it is being on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is what they've done to everybody they played. Their defense has been very, very good throughout the season. Low or a high kick. Hey, look at there. Hey, Wyatt was waving the arm.
I'm going to have to go give him some props on that.
Fair catch at the 35 by Talaferro, and the Elks will take over 1st and 10 from there. Elk City being outgained 31. 208 to 63. 281 to 63. It's even worse than I thought. Sloan and Josie split to the near side. Garza on the left hip of the quarterback Webb, and now we've got a WTC timeout as Joshua had too many guys on the field. They had 12 guys in formation on the defense, but they got the timeout called first, and now we're going to have to start figuring out some dudes' names. So they've got some different guys in there. J.D. Smith is going to come off. Eric Martinez as well. Those guys, Martinez was everywhere early on from that middle linebacker spot. Tavon Wilson, looks like his night is done, taking off the gloves. It's going to be Jacoby Dunn. Sergio Mata still out there. Big number 90. Louis King. McManus. Also the freshman 44, Wilson. Jalen Wilson. Pig is one of the linebackers, as is Ethan Fan. So back ready to go. 1st and 10 Elks at their own 35-yard line. Trailing 35-0. Hand off to Garza. Ball loose. Fumbled.
We lost it.
Fan jumped on it for the Joshua Owls, and now we've got a flag flying after the play. Joshua recovered at the 36 of the Elks.
I think it'll still be their ball.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt, and I think the flag's going to be on us.
No, they grabbed Tucker and threw him. After,
they did?
Yeah.
That's so they recover the fumble at the Big Elk 36-yard line. They'll get a 15-yard penalty from there.
We're starting to see a few faces.
MacArthur's out there.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe that was the only one I saw come on. I thought I saw a couple more.
They haven't marked it off. The penalty, that is.
1st and 10, Joshua at midfield. In this Nicholson Monument fourth quarter, the Elks have fumbled a kickoff, ran one play and fumbled. That's been the extent of the offense so far.
Looks like they've got three new offensive linemen in. This left tackle is still the same one. I can't tell if the center is either, but no, it's the same one.
Hand off to Solis. Yeah, I think the left side. Solis breaks 8 tackles, carries the entire defense forward. Now flags fly, and the Elks are going to get called for what is probably a face mask.
Yep.
He gained 15 on the carry to the 35, and he's going to get 15 more on the face mask. Yeah, it looks like the center and the left side of the offensive line is still – actually, is that 76?
Yeah, different guard.
That's a different guard.
Talaferro just came in safety for Bowie.
Carson Childress is the right guard. I'm sorry, the right tackle. Can't see the number of the guard. Is it 65? Elijah Alvarez.
Church is coming out. Nate Miller's going in, linebacker.
All right, Miller's in there.
We need to start throwing binoculars in our box.
First and 10, Joshua at the Elk City 20. Beltran, pitch sweep running right is Kreiner. Nice job out there on the edge by Easton Sloan, and he drags him down after a gain of 6. He was the lone man on the totem pole to make a play. He does, and now I think he's caught a cramp.
They got number 25, Caleb Rice. I don't know if you said him as they came in for them.
Now 28's in there for the first time as well. That's Alex.
Easton's got to come off the field. He jumped back up, jogging off now. Tucker's going back in.
Alex Rubacalba. 28.
No, I thought he was around quarter. He was standing kind of right where the quarterback would stand.
So it's 2nd down and 4, Joshua at the Big Elk 14. 35-0 Owls, 8:40 to play. Pitch sweep running line is Rubacalba. Nice job by Garza making the play right at the line of scrimmage for no gain, and that'll get him
Here comes
right back out.
Catch Garrett's coming in for Tucker Garza. This is what we need to see right here. We need to start getting some of these guys, these young guys, some reps. I mean, they could score 15 times. It's not going to matter at this point.
So Talaferro's back there at safety. Garrett now one of the linebackers. Jackson MacArthur, a linebacker on the outside.
Nate
Miller's in the middle. It's 3rd down and 4 for Joshua at the Big Elk 14. Beltran turns, hands it off up the middle. Rice is going to have a first down inside the 10-yard line.
The Owls are doing a good job staying on their blocks and driving. They got receivers blocking, their linemen are staying on blocks.
First and goal at the 9, 7:40 left to play here in the 4th quarter, and this one can't end fast enough if you're wearing the brown and white. Beltran under center. Snaps it, pitches it, running right is Kreiner. Kreiner looking for the pylon, sneaks right inside. It's another catch, Kreiner touchdown. His 2nd of the night from 9 yards out. It's 41-0 Joshua over the Elks. With 7:23 left to play here in the 4th quarter. The Four Seasons Heat and Air 4th quarter. Appreciate Wyatt and Tom at Four Seasons. Carrier dealer, but they service all brands.
Like I said, you might as well change all those other guys out because
that's where you can take the win.
There's one guy, he's just not even moving. I mean, he literally standing there. He walked out to the play. I mean, they ran right at him. He just stood there. So there's no reason for him to even be out there anymore.
The Endurance Federal Credit Union extra point is up and good. 42-0 Joshua over the Elks with 7:23 left to play here in the final quarter. Be back at home next week. District play starts. Be a couple of teams competing in that first district game at Big Elk Stadium next week that got roughed up here tonight. The Elks.
I hope Coach Eastle makes it through this film session alive. I'm afraid he might stroke out. He's going to be – I mean, seriously, this should be a film session that they point a lot of things out, and they better get them fixed because when you got guys standing around on the field – I'm sorry. I've never been a guy that gives up, and there's a lot of give up right here, right now.
The Sulphur beat Cache 62-7. The Elks
It's already a final?
Yeah, it's a final. The Elks are down 42-0. So there'll be some teams in search of a bounce back next week there at Big Elk Stadium. It'll be a 7 o'clock kick. I think it's homecoming. Is that right?
It is homecoming. Other 4A1 scores: Kingfisher 35, Bridge Creek 0.
Weatherford's down 19-0 to Pauls Valley. That is an unbelievable score to me.
That really is.
After what we saw from the Eagles last week. Clinton 21-0 last time I looked.
Do you think they had any injuries?
I don't know. That is a crazy score.
There's a story in every game, but it makes you wonder.
C-High has got the kick at the 25, looking to run across the field. He got a block. Now he steps through a tackle, looking for the 30. And I think he made it there. That's where the Elks take over 1st and 10 at their own 30. 7:17 to go. Down 42-0 on that Ace Home Center scoreboard. The Elks are ready to snap it. Why not do it?
Yeah, why
I
not?
mean, why not? They weren't even out there.
Everybody's ready except the Owls.
Yeah. Snap, handoff, running to the left is going to be Wynn. Flag flies as Jaden would have had a gain of about 6, but a flag flies, and it's more Anadarko Dozer flags on the field. Somebody tell these fellas, everybody here in the stadium's got 2.5 to 3 hours to drive home.
They're from Wichita Falls. It's a short drive for them.
Another chop block on the Elks. Let's back them up 15. Now 1st and 25, back at their own 15-yard line. We'll have the Gas post-game show, the Gas post-game stats, the players of the game, and more. In about 7 minutes. Webb in the shotgun takes the snap, hands it off to Wynn. Wynn drugged down by Jalen Wilson, the freshman from Joshua, after a gain of about a yard to the 16.
Well, looks like they've got majority of their twos in on defense. I think number 40 is a starter. Of course, 44 as a D lineman who wasn't a starter, but
yeah, 40 came in. He was 30 and 32 started at the ends. 12 was the linebacker. Now he's up there as a defensive end.
Yeah.
2nd and 24. Handoff up the middle to Wynn. He's snowed under before he could get going. And they're still driving him back. No gain. 3rd and 24. I say this in jest, but I don't know that I'm kidding when I say if the Elks aren't able to get a first down, quite possibly the McDonald's player of the game will hit the field. You know who that is? The punter.
The punter.
Josie has hit 2 fantastic punts.
He has.
He really has. 3rd down and 24 for the Elks at their own 14. Or, 16. Webb back to pass. Has some time. Now he flushed to the right. Rolls. Now he steps up to the long pass down the far sideline. Josie couldn't quite come up with it. I think he was probably out of bounds anyhow, but it's incomplete. And poor Slade now is going to have to run about 70 yards back from where he ended that play trying to be a receiver and make a catch to punt. Tavon Wilson, the return man for the Owls, and now he's going to step up. They don't have a return man for the Owls. Or is Jacoby Dunn going to fall back? Yeah. Elks running guys on. Play clock down to 6. And a WTC timeout called. And I'm going to tell you right now, Denny, you probably got to get that microphone away from that huddle.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't work now.
I really want to just take it and go throw it in the trash can right now. The clock's still running. They're still waving. Don't worry
about it.
Yeah. The press box is like, oh, we're going to help you guys.
He's not even in there.
He's not even in there.
Yeah, he went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, I think it's fine, Kate.
Well, they're waving at us.
Yeah. It ain't us.
I wish we had a camera.
It ain't us.
We could prove it. He's not in there. He's literally
He's not in there. He's literally not in there.
He's not in there.
Stop the clock.
We are on the radio. We are not the clock people. Tim.
He tells us to do our job.
Yeah. You guys need to. Is this how you do your job at home?
This is how
That's what she said.
Who said that?
That lady.
Friendly?
Yeah, this is exactly how we do it at home.
Nice warm welcome in Texas.
All right, so Josie to punt. Hits another high spiral, bounces at the midfield stripe, takes a huge Big Elk bounce inside the 40, all the way down to about the 36-yard line.
What was it? Venables the other day. The first thing he started off on his coach's talk was about the punter.
Yes.
I feel that's coming along right now.
It was so that's a 48-yard punt there.
Except they won that game, right?
Yeah. 48-yard punt. Slade's hit a 48, a 49, and a 51. I think it was a sideline. What do they call? Sideline warning. Is that what it was?
On
Joshua.
That's the only thing they've done wrong.
I mean, I don't blame him. 1st and 10, Joshua at their own 36. 5:18 to play here in the fourth quarter. Grandma and Grandpa mad at us for something we didn't even do. We didn't have anything to do with it. Heaven's sakes alive.
What a night.
Looks like Riley Smith is coming in at linebacker.
Oh, yeah, I do see Big Riley. Snap, handoff up the middle. Rice breaks through, runs a man over, but they do drag him down after a gain.
Is that Jose Rivera? Jose Rivera come in on. Jose Rivera, I think, came in also.
Yeah, I'm at the turn on the line.
57.
Yeah.
Here comes Freddie Arvizu in for. Oh, they're waving one guy off. One catch is coming off. I don't know. I'll tell you in a minute.
All right.
They might just play with 12.
Yeah, MacArthur.
Oh, we still got 11.
Yeah, there's 11.
And that's a Conley Poole corner down here to the near side. Snap, handoff, Rice looking up the middle. Nice tackle there. Sticking his nose in was Freddie Arvizu with the tackle.
It's good to see Conley Poole come in. He was coming off a collarbone injury early in the season in 7-on-7. They had him running some JV quarterback the other night. He broke loose on one for about 60.
So gain of 6 on first down for Caleb Rice. Down to the Big Elk 47. It's going to be a pitch sweep running right. The Elks have it strung out, and there's Wyatt Talaferro making a nice tackle as he gets inside there, tripping up Tyler Malik. They're going to give him the 44-yard line. So gain of 3, and it's 3rd down and a yard. 4:07 left on the fourth quarter clock. It's 42-0. Joshua pounding the Elks. New quarterback in there for the Owls, Justin Tullis. He's been all over the field tonight. He takes a snap. They move early. Oh my gosh, they called it.
They actually called it.
That was interesting. Anadarko Dozer flag on the field. There's been a bunch of those. This has not been a clean game by either team. So 3rd and 6. Joshua backed up. He marked that 4 yards. There it is. There's the 5th. 3rd and 6, Joshua at the Big Elk 49. Tullis awaits the snap, takes it, hands it off to Caleb Rice. Rice is going to be tackled from behind. Nice job there by Maddox MacArthur. Not Maddox, that's his big brother, Jackson MacArthur on the tackle. Gain of 3, and it's 4th down. And it looks like they're going to send on the punting unit. Talaferro going to receive the punt. He's looking at Andy going, what do I do? I know, they're going to switch it now. Eastham is going to receive the punt. Smith standing at his own 42. Rolls right. Nice high end-over-end punt. Eastham calls for the fair catch and makes it at the 14-yard line.
The coaches were trying to tell him to get it to 10. They kept holding up 10, and they kept holding his hands up like, what do I, what? They were trying to say 10-yard line.
So 1st and 10 Elks at their own 14-yard line. 2:51 left to play here in the Four Seasons Heat and Air fourth quarter. Joshua, Texas, going to run the record to 4-0. They lead 42-0. The Elks will fall to 1-2 in the non-district portion of their schedule. Lost to Canadian Texas, and Joshua, Texas beat the Altus Bulldogs, and then the Cash Bulldogs come calling next week in the first district game of the season. Sloan will split to the left. Miller and Church tied in, and maybe kind of a wing back left. In motion comes Josie. They give it to Harrell. Harrell trying to break it to the outside, breaks one tackle of Wilson. Now he's going to be slung to the ground, though, by Jackson Wells. No gains, 2nd and 10. Josie split to the near side, Sloan to the far side. Webb in the shotgun. Takes a snap, hands it off to Harrell, and he's going to be snowed under immediately. Jalen Wilson, the freshman defensive tackle, almost took the handoff. It's a loss back to the 11 of 3, and it's third down and 13. Minute 45 to go. Play clock down to 12 as the Elks break the huddle. 3rd down and 13 from their own 11. Webb takes a shotgun snap, hands it off up the middle. There's Harrell, breaks it to the outside. He ran right into his guy and he tackled it. Darn it.
So we about had our Culver electrifying play of the game.
James is down. He kind of slipped and he ran right into his blocker. Now we got a WTC officials timeout for that injury. He's back up to his feet. They got him off to the side there. Check out the Circle A sideline cam.
We're going to need a few more guys out there than these 4.
Yeah, here they come. Josie to punt, nobody to return.
Needed one more.
We had 12. Now we got 11. It's just turned into...
Yep. Nice kick again by Josie.
Roll.
Lands at the 45. Oh, a huge Elk City bounce. Across the 35, nearing the 30 to the 29. So 17 and 29. It's 46 minus 100. 54-yard punt with no return by what I'm going to label the McDonald's player of the game. It's, some games are just like that, right?
Was that Slade that kicked that one?
Yeah, I think so.
He must have got to the sideline pretty fast because he's standing right here beside me.
I caught it too late.
Yeah, I think it was. One more snap as the game clock's at 40. And this one will be over. Imagine we'll see a lot different brown and white next week with district play beginning against the Bulldogs of Cash, as Tullis is going to take a knee and this one's going to be over. He does hit the knee. And the Joshua, Texas Owls going to defeat the Elk City Elks here in Burke-Burnett tonight, 42-0. Let's take a timeout. We'll come back with the Gas post-game show, the Gas stats, and the players in the game and more. 42-0, Joshua defeats Elk City. It's a Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Big Elk football.
A United States financial management consulting group has just named the Bank of Western Oklahoma as one of its top 10 banking institutions in Oklahoma. This designation was awarded because of their superior customer service, organizational skills, and their compliance with state and federal banking regulations. Just another reason you should trust and do business with the Bank of Western Oklahoma, with locations in Woodward, Vici, Gary, Cordell, Weatherford, and Elk City. The Bank of Western Oklahoma, where people really do come first. Member FDIC.
Great people give customers a great experience. Our master technicians have the best training there is in auto repair. We have more master techs than any dealership in the area. The transport team is happy to come get your vehicle, have it serviced, and bring it back to you for a no-hassle oil change. The finance department and sales team make it easy for you to buy the vehicle you want, and the office staff does the admin work necessary to take care of our customers. These great people are the Barber Dyson difference.
At Culver Electric, we provide top-tier electrical services, ensuring your home and business are powered with excellence. From routine maintenance to full-service installations, our expert team ensures your electrical systems operate seamlessly. We are your trusted Generac and Kohler dealer, offering installations that guarantee reliability when you need it most. Contact us today to experience the Culver Electric difference.
You love McDonald's world-famous fries, and now every fry you buy sends love to families in our community with ill or injured children. Penny for a Pound means your local McDonald's is donating 1 penny for every pound of fries sold, all to benefit local RMHC chapters. 116 million pounds of McDonald's world-famous fries have been sold, raising over $1.16 million for Ronald McDonald House Charities, Oklahoma City. Share your love of fries today, because every penny counts.
McDonald's in Weatherford, Clinton, and in Elk City, proudly owned and operated by the Phillips family.
At GAS, we're committed to fostering the achievements of the next generation. Through the Elk City Public Schools extracurricular activities, we're nurturing talent and inspiring excellence. Our My Future benchmark testing program empowers students to reach new heights, unlocking their full potential and preparing them for a bright future. Join us in supporting our youth, because their future is our mission. GAS, powering the dreams of tomorrow, today.
Welcome back to Burton Burnett, Texas Bulldogs Stadium. The Elks fall 42-0 tonight to the Joshua, Texas Owls. See if we can't get Coach Maynard right quick. Very quick word, I'm sure. With
I got him right here.
Go ahead.
Coach Maynard, tough night tonight. Just talk about where you go from here.
Well, we're right there with them, playing with them, and we lost a little mojo. And I mean, when you got two teams who you think you can compete with and you're playing with, you can't turn it over 6 times and expect to have a chance to win the game. And I think you saw that tonight. And I think there were some really good things, some things that we can learn from and grow from. You know, ultimately, the real season starts next Friday night, and that's what we're looking forward to. And you know, Sunday we'll put this to bed, we'll put this to rest, and move on to cash and take care of business, and hopefully play a lot better.
Well, one positive to take away from here: your punter averaged 51 yards and had over 200 yards. So, you know, always got to try to find something positive and where to go from there. And you know, it's an aspect that you don't want to work on, but it is a bright spot.
Yeah, I mean, we want. It's great that we can punt it that far, but we're just punting too much.
I understand. Thank you, Coach.
Head Coach Zach Maynard of the Elk City Elks tonight. Tough night, 42-0 loss to the Joshua, Texas Owls. You want to go first off with the GAS post-game stats?
Yeah, we can do that. Are they ready to go? Okay. Big thanks again to GAS. All gas, no breaks. Jordan Williamson and the Williamson family helping us out with our post-game stats. We'll look at some team totals, and it's not going to be pretty if you're a big Elk fan. Only able to muster up 5 first downs on the night offensively. Ran it 22 times for just 55 yards. 7 of 13 through the air for 20 yards for Webb, 75 yards total, but the backbreaker, the killer, was the 7 turnovers committed by the Big Elks. On the other side of it, Joshua, 18 first downs, ran it 58 times for 268 yards. Only had to throw it 3 times, connect on one of them, 31 yards. That one was a touchdown. 299 yards total. They did not turn the football over. Joshua improves to 4-0 in the year. They win it over now 1-2 Elk City Elks, 42-0. Individuals are much to look at there. All right, we'll start with the rushing for the Big Elks. Jaden Wynn, 11 carries on 30 yards. He led the Big Elks tonight on the ground. Tucker Garza, just 10 carries on 419 yards Cole Bowie 1 carry for 7. Logan Webb only rushed it 2 times. Tried to churn up on tucking it down on pass plays. No yards to his credit. 4 rushes for Slade Josie for a negative yard. Logan Webb 7 of 13, like I said, through the air. 20 yards, but did throw a couple of interceptions. Receiving it, Cole Bowie 3 catches for 8 yards. Jackson 2 catches for 7 yards. Slade Josie 1 catch for 5. Garza had a reception and was stopped for no yards. Do have some defensive stats. Church led the team with 7 tackles, followed by Bowie and Easton with 6 apiece, 5 for Ethan Sloan. Armendariz with 4 tackles. Tucker Garza, I missed him down here. He actually led the team with 8 tackles. 4 for Armendariz and Jaden Wynn, 1 tackle apiece for Talifero, Brott, and Gino. Is that right? No, that's not right.
Did I get
number.
One?
Wrong number.
I might have got one.
Maybe
over
you
there.
got one. We'll give it to you. There we go. Well, all we can do is just kind of move on from this one as Elk City loses it 42-0.
All right, step aside, come back, and we'll name the players of the game, wrap it up. From Burt Burnett, 42-0 Joshua beats the Elks. It's the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Big Elk football.
Our Western roots run deep at the Bank of Western Oklahoma. We believe a handshake truly is a binding contract, and that by working together, we can all prosper. We are proud to have 3 generations working with you at the Bank of Western Oklahoma, because here, people come first. Learn more about the benefits of banking locally at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Robin and the Nicholson family at Nicholson Monument continue to serve Western Oklahoma families with compassionate expertise and creativity. Let them design your loved one's lasting memorial at Nicholson Family Monument in Clinton. Contact Nicholson Family Monument today, a name you've trusted for years.
From dozer work to hauling dirt and gravel, Anadarko Dozer and Trucking gets the job done. We don't take shortcuts, and we don't back down from a challenge. With a team that digs in deep and delivers results, we handle the toughest projects with grit and determination. When you need it done right, call Anadarko Dozer and Trucking. We move mountains to make it happen.
Big Elk Auto Mall has you covered with many professional automotive services like gas and diesel mechanics. Also expert exhaust installation. But one of their premier services is F&S collision repair. Just look at what Freddie did with this Lamborghini. From fender benders to major collision repair, they have the certified auto body technicians to do the job right. Plus, the Elk City Athletic Department gets a portion of profits every year. Big Elk Auto Mall is locally owned and located just north of the Elk City Convention Center on Old Route 66. Go Big Elks! Nicholson Monument invites you to visit their website, nicholsonmonument.com. Come by their office weekdays from 8:30 till 5 or schedule a Saturday appointment with Robin or one of her associates. Nicholson Monument Company, their family serving yours since 1956.
Welcome back here to Burt Burnett Bulldog Stadium, wrapping it up in a 42-0 loss for the Elk City Elks against the Joshua Texas Owls. Let's go with our players of the game. The McDonald's player of the game, not kidding, Slade Josie was fantastic, averaging 51 yards a punt. He made a couple of tackles on defense as well, had a catch. So Slade Josie is the McDonald's player of the game. The Culver electrifying play, one of the hardest choices we've ever had to make, to be honest with you. And we settled with Tucker Garza's 12-yard run. Had to have been the longest play of the night on offense on that early on. And I think it was the first drive of the game when it looked like the Elks were kind of moving the ball down the field. So Garza makes the electrifying play. And then the Barbadice Ford tough hit of the night came from the nose tackle, senior Fabian Armendariz, as he was able to get off a couple of blocks and make a nice, solid tackle right at the line of scrimmage when the Elks were having a hard time stopping that kind of a little bit of a, the pitch around the corner, and he was able to really, really make a nice stop. So those are our players of the game. But, guys, tough night. Denny, what are your kind of final thoughts from the chiropractic coast sideline?
Yeah, definitely tough night. Every season usually falls upon what your seniors leadership is. And last few years we've had great leadership with the senior groups that have come through. But this senior group's going to have to get together, and they're going to have to sit down and be like, look, that we can't come out with that emotion. We can't come out with that type of display and not fix it during a game. And that's the step from here on out. Before they go play cash, they need to sit down together as a senior group and figure out what they want. And it's on their shoulders. You can call whatever defense or whatever offense play you want, but if there's no fire, if there's no motivation, if you're standing around on defensive plays, standing around on offensive plays, I'm sorry, but it's got to fall. It's got to fall somewhere. And that senior group, whatever they want out of this season, they really need to come together and be like, we're going to change. We're not going to have this.
Couldn't agree more. Jared, your final thoughts from tonight?
Yeah, listen, it's going to be a long bus ride home, that's for sure. And they're going to have to – it's kind of gut check time. And I guess if you could take solace in the fact that this really doesn't mean anything when it comes to district or the ultimate goals in front of you of competing for a district title, making the playoffs, and making a deep playoff run. But and you could take the fact that, okay, we got a lot to work on. We've seen a lot what we got to get better at, whether it be from the leadership standpoint or play on the field. So good news is, I like I said in the opener, I hate bye weeks. So in that sense, it's a quick turnaround. Get to go home finally. It feels like it's been a month since we've been home. Maybe it has. And it's time to this is how you can turn something like this into a positive. Is you can choose as a player upon yourself. Do you want to get better? You want to move on, or are you just going to call it a season? And there's a lot of season in front of us just to do that latter. So I think they will be fine. I think they'll respond. Not the outcome obviously we wanted, but there's still all the goals are still in front of the Big Elks, and I think they will respond in front of their home crowd next week. So I'm not. It sucks now, but. Yeah, I'm not giving up on them. You? How about you?
Throw it in the trash. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
The season starts next week. All right, that'll do it. From Burke Burnett Bulldog Stadium tonight, the Elks fall 42-0 to the Joshua Owls.
Felt like 62.
Appreciate Kenny Cluth up top on the camera work. Also down on the sideline, Cable McConnell did a great job giving you those views from the Circle A Western Wear sideline cam. Denny Gino down on the Chiropractic Coast sideline. Jared Atham making all the magic happen with what you're watching. One final time from Burke Burnett, the Elk City Elks fall to the Joshua Owls 42-0. This has been the Bank of Western Oklahoma's presentation of Big Elk football.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Elk City Athletics, presented by the Bank of Western Oklahoma, where people come first. Big Elk TV are a part of the Paragon Communications Network, and any distribution or rebroadcast without permission is strictly prohibited. Paragon Communications is owned and operated by Blake Brewer. General Manager is Gabe Edney. Sports Director, Sean Wilson. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, go Big Elks.